base. I know you've got some experience at other positions in your career, but what's kind of been the key for you defensively there out at second?
The key, just being able to play every day. I've never really been known for my defense, but the surface is nice here, and that helps. And I'm just playing with Kuhn up the middle, it helps out a lot. He's a great player, and I played against him last year, or 2 years ago in AAA, and I was very impressed by him. And it always helps you when you're playing around a bunch of guys who are very good.
Have you ever hit righty against a tough righty or lefty against a tough lefty? I know there are a few switch hitters in the major leagues that they would bat right-handed against Mariano Rivera to try and take that cutter the other way. Have you ever come across a pitcher like that or try to do that?
I've never. I think I'd hit. No, I never have. Not my whole career. I've thought about it sometimes. I've thought about it would be easier if I just hit one side. But no, I haven't. Maybe I will someday.
You had an opportunity the last week or so. I know you had plenty of games there on the road when you first got to Winnipeg, but to kind of see all the fans here at Shaw Park, what's the atmosphere been like? And would imagine that compares to AA, maybe some of the AAA parks that you played at.
That's exactly what I thought after my first game. I think we were playing Fargo, and I felt like the atmosphere was just like AAA, really. Maybe even better because it seemed like more people cared. So the fans have been really cool, and it's a lot more fun coming out to play every day when you got fans there to support you, obviously.
And before you got drafted by the Giants, you had the opportunity to play at a really, really good baseball school there at the University of Missouri. What were those experiences like? And I know you had the opportunity to face a former teammate a couple weeks ago, and Rick Zagoni.
Rick Zagoni, yep. Mm-hmm. Well, I started my college career at University of Arkansas, and I figured I'd try to go closer to home and play for the Missouri Tigers, and that was a great experience, great program there. And my little brother's going there next year, actually, to play. He's a catcher, and facing Rick Zagone with the Kansas City T-Bones, he's a great guy, great lefty, and you never know who you're going to come across, once or twice when you're in this game of baseball. So it's good to see him too.
How you have a favorite ballpark? You were in AAA for 3 seasons there with the Giants. Is there a favorite ballpark aside from Fresno that just kind of stood out where you really like the atmosphere, maybe like the architecture of the stadium?
Yeah, it was Reno. They're the AAA affiliate of the Arizona Diamondbacks, and actually me and Tyler Kuhn have been talking about that, how great it is to play there. The surface is great, just all around great. And I like to judge a park by how I feel in the batter's box and how I can see the ball. And here at this park, it's a little tough with the shadows, but there in Reno, it was a good hitter's park for sure.
Have you enjoyed the group of guys that you've been around here? It's been real loose and laid back clubhouse throughout the entire season. It seems like you really fit in here as soon as you got here.
It's very loose, yes, very loose, and it's kind of like old school baseball. You just show up and play. It's a game, so you should have fun. And in affiliated ball, you get what people call a lot of eyewash, which is stuff that you kind of just do. You have a bunch of roving coaches and having you do early work and take an infield every day and do this and that and this and that, and it just kind of wears you out. And here, we're all professionals, so we know what we're doing, and show up, get ready to play, and then play hard, and that's all you can ask for, really.
The pitching you've seen here the last few weeks, if you could kind of put a level on it, whether it's a little bit higher than AA, a little bit below AA, where would you say that the pitching in this league compares to?
It's hard to do that because I know in affiliate ball guys have more velocity than what I've seen here, but that doesn't mean it's harder to hit when a guy throws harder. So far, I've thought that, man, there's a lot of great hitters in AAA that I played with, even in the big leagues, that would have a tough time here with these guys that are throwing, 84, but the ball's, moving at the last second, and that's very hard to hit. Sometimes hitting 92 is easier than hitting 84. So it's been a challenge for me. It's a big adjustment, actually. I've been out in front of a lot of balls, and I'm trying to back it up and let it get to me, and that's very tough when you're just sitting there and you feel like you have a long time till the ball gets to you. But it's not very easy. I'll be the first one to say that.
Off-season activities, do you work or things you like to do, whether it's skiing, snowboarding, anything like that? What do you enjoy in the off-season?
This past off-season, I was out in Scottsdale, Arizona, and I like being out there in the warm weather and just being active and getting ready for the season and going to the park and hitting and hanging out with some buddies and getting some sunshine.
Were you, were you a big St. Louis Cardinals fan or a Cardinals fan at all growing up?
Yeah, I was a huge one. I don't know if I still am a huge one, but yeah, my dad would take us to games down there at Busch Stadium, and I always grew up a Cardinals fan. I was disappointed they didn't draft me or take me or have an interest in me after I was a free agent, but yeah, I still kind of follow them a little bit, and they got a good organization.
All right, well, Brock, we really appreciate you taking out the time. Anybody back at home, Missouri, anywhere else you'd like to say hello to? Yeah,
I'll say hi to my dad, Al Bond, and my mom, Christine Bond, and the rest of the family, the Bond family.
All right, Brock, great job as always. Good luck here tonight. We'll talk to you soon.
Sounds good. Thank you.
That was Winnipeg Goldeyes second baseman Brock Bond joining us between games of the doubleheader. The Winnipeg Goldeyes and St. Paul Saints with a tentative 7:40 start time. Might be a little bit closer to 7:45. The umpires have returned to the field and are getting set for the meeting between Rick Forney and I believe Ole Sheldon will represent the St. Paul Saints. Ole Sheldon, as we found out in our trivia question earlier today, the St. Paul Saints franchise leader in home runs. Played parts of 5 seasons for the St. Paul Saints, and Ole Sheldon will now take over as first-year hitting coach after Lamar Rogers served in that role for a long time in the Saints organization. We'll take a closer look at our starting pitchers for game number 2 on the rubber. It's brought to you by Cal Tire. With 6 convenient locations in the capital region, or more than just tires, Cal Tire, true service. In game 2 of our doubleheader, the Winnipeg Goldeyes will go with left-hander Gabe Aguilar. He's had a fantastic season. 22 appearances. He has made 1 start. In fact, he started the historic no-hitter back at Sioux Falls Stadium on June 4th. That was in the nightcap of a doubleheader as well. Aguilar this year, 5 wins, 1 loss, and an ERA of 2.71. 26 1/3 innings pitched, 21 hits allowed, 7 walks, 18 strikeouts. Opponents are hitting .216 against Gabe Aguilar this season. Aguilar last pitched on Sunday. He recorded 1 out, and the Goldeyes' eventual 4-2 11-inning victory over the Gary South Shore Railcats to avoid the sweep in that 3-game set. Gabe Aguilar in his 2nd year as a member of the Winnipeg Goldeyes. He was with them last season as a true rookie. Got into 24 games. He was 1-0. Had an ERA of 5.05. He walked just 9 batters in 41 innings pitched. This year, Aguilar didn't walk a batter until June 21st. Aguilar was able to go his first 12 outings this season without giving up a single free pass. The control has really been a great part of Aguilar's game. He played 4 years at the University of New Mexico as a reliever all 4 of those seasons. So Aguilar will make his 2nd professional start. Aguilar starting here on June 4th against the Sioux Falls Canaries at Sioux Falls Stadium. The game the Goldeyes eventually won 3-0, but the big story, of course, that night, Aguilar, one of the 5 Goldeyes pitchers to combine on a no-hitter, the first in the Goldeyes' 21-year franchise history. Aguilar went the first 2 1/3, didn't give up a base runner, and he struck out 1. His opponent for game 2 will be a right-hander, Jeff Shields, last year's Can-Am League leader in earned run average. Shields this year for the Saints, 10 starts, 2 games in relief. 4-4, he's 12th in the American Association in ERA at 3.29, 63 innings pitched, 64 hits allowed, 20 walks, 39 strikeouts. Opponents are hitting .258 against Jeff Shields. Shields last pitched on Friday against the Kansas City T-Bones at Midway Stadium. He had a great start. He went 8 innings, allowed 2 earned runs on 7 hits. He walked on and struck out 2. He took a no decision, but the Saints would win that game late by a final score of 3-2. Shields in his 5th year of professional baseball. Former Arizona Diamondbacks farmhand, was drafted in the 7th round in 2010. He's now in his 2nd season of independent baseball. Those are the starting pitchers for tonight's game. We'll take one more break, and when we come back, we'll have tonight's starting lineups and first pitch for game 2 after this on Jewel 101.
Going on vacation can be exciting.
Woo! Bon voyage, Winnipeg!
But when you're miles away from Winnipeg, the last thing you want to worry about is the security of your home. That's why Commissionaires Manitoba offers a house watch service. They'll do an interior and exterior patrol of your property, bring in your mail, remove snow from your car, even water your plants. Don't leave your house to chance. Leave it to the Commissionaires. Go to commissionaires.mb.ca.
Take me out with the crowd. Bunny some peanuts and crackers. It's time for Winnipeg Goldeyes baseball on the crystal clear FM airwaves of Jewel 101. Now, let's go to the ballpark for tonight's game. Here's Steve Schuster.
And we welcome you back inside Shaw Park for the nightcap of our doubleheader. The Saints took the opener by a final score of 5-2 behind a big sixth-inning home run from their catcher, Jake Taylor. The Saints are now within 4.5 games of the Winnipeg Goldeyes in the American Association North, but Winnipeg can drop them 5.5 back by winning the nightcap of tonight's twin bill. We'll take a look at the starting lineup here for Game 2 for the St. Paul Saints, managed by George Samus, who is in his 11th season. Devin Tao is the third baseman and leading off. Sam Moss is the second baseman and batting second. Evan Bigley is in right field hitting third. Henry Wrigley is the DH and batting cleanup. Angelo Sacco is at first base hitting fifth. Joe Bonfi is the left fielder hitting sixth. Joey Becker is the shortstop hitting seventh. Jared McDonald is the center fielder hitting eighth. And Dwight Childs is the catcher and batting ninth. First pitch from Gabe Aguilar, a fastball over the inside corner for a strike. It's 0-1. Our first pitch for game number 2 at 7:44 p.m. brought to you by Best Western Plus. Devin Tao had a big game 1-2 hits. Both of them drove in runs in the Saints' victory. Slider into the knees for a strike, and the count is 0-2. Tao entered today hitting .340, 2 homers. He now has 19 runs batted in, and he has hit safely in his last 7 games in a row. Lefty against lefty, Aguilar out of the stretch. Allen sets up away. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him on a slider. Devin Tao has struck out on 3 pitches by Gabe Aguilar. That first strikeout is brought to you by Manitoba Hydro. Manitoba Hydro reminds you to be safe around electricity. 1 strike and you're out. Sam Moss now stepping up. You went 0 for 3 in game 1. He walked flight out twice to left and grounded out to first. Moss entered today at .333 with no homers and 7 runs batted in. Gabe Aguilar making the start, his second of the season and his second of his career. And the Goldeyes hoping that he'll have similar success to the start he made back on June 4th at Sioux Falls. Fastball down low, and it's 1 ball and 0 strikes. Aguilar retired the first 7 batters. He went 2 1/3 innings in an eventual combined no-hitter of the Sioux Falls Canaries, the first in the 21 history of the Winnipeg Goldeyes. 1 out and nobody on. We're in the top half of the first, no score. A 1-0 pitch. Fastball misses just high and away. It's now 2 balls and no strikes. So the Saints are seeing a lefty for a second straight game. Now I figure Aguilar will probably go somewhere in the neighborhood of 2 or 3 innings before giving way to the rest of the bullpen. It was huge for Nick Hernandez to go 6. Fastball low and inside for ball 3. The only reliever the Goldeyes had to use was Kyoe Downing in the 7th, and he went 1-2-3. So even Downing might be available for game 2 tonight. No score top of the first. The outfield a couple steps to left against the right-hand batting Sam Moss. He's ahead in the count 3-0. Aguilar delivers. Fastball right down the middle, and it's 3 balls and 1 strike. Evan Bigley waiting on deck. Saints have won the last 2 games now in this series after Winnipeg took the opener yesterday by a final of 4-0. The Saints had the 7th inning comeback in the nightcap on Tuesday and won 5-2 earlier today. The 3-1 pitch, swinging a pop-up right side. Playable for Brock Bond. Right on the edge of the infield, comes in a few steps. Bond makes a 2-handed catch. 2 up and 2 set down by Gabe Aguilar in the top half of the first inning. Like game 1, this is a scheduled 7-inning game at Shaw Park. Goldeyes trying to gain a split of this doubleheader the same way the Saints did last night. Our opening pitch was brought to you by Best Western Plus. The Best Western Plus Winnipeg Airport Hotel is Winnipeg's premier event venue. Book your next corporate event, wedding, or conference at the Best Western Plus Winnipeg Airport Hotel. 2 outs and nobody on base. Evan Bigley, a right-hand batter, stepping up. Came in at .330, 12th in the league. 5 homers and 43 runs batted in. The first pitch, it's a fastball on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Aguilar last year was used oftentimes in a long relief role, so is used to pitching multiple frames. This year his longest outing, 3 1/3, that came on July 9th against the Sioux City Explorers. Changeup misses outside and low. It's now 1-1. The umpires for tonight's game 2, Darius Ghani is behind the plate. Harrison Silverman is at first, and Lance Schoenwald is at third base. Left-hand pitcher, right-hand batter. Bigley with a deep crouch to the plate. Aguilar's 1-1. Swinging a broken bat grounder to short, moving in front, Cooney fields, sets, he throws to first, plenty of time to get Bigley, and Gabe Aguilar is a 1-2-3, top half of the first inning. No runs, no hits, and nobody left on base. Middle of the first at Shaw Park. It's the Saints nothing and the Goldeyes coming to bat on Jewel 101.
Water cooler's out.
Never fear! As a powerful elemental, I shall conjure forth a refreshing aquatic spring to quench our thirst. Just, give it a minute.
Clean, great-tasting drinking water isn't magic. It's Culligan. Culligan Water has been serving Winnipeg and surrounding areas for 58 years. As a member of the CBWA, you can count on their highly trained staff to deliver the best possible water treatment products and services, drinking water systems, and bottled water. Culligan Water. Better water. Pure and simple.
Nothing foggy. Nothing to hide. Everything is crystal clear with Duraco windows. Duraco windows are built to last a lifetime, and they guarantee it 100% with their true lifetime warranty. Feel confident that should a seal fail, a lock break, or a weld crack, you are completely covered. A big investment should be backed big time. So know what you're getting right from the start. The choice is clear. Duraco windows. Go to Duraco.com now to book a free consultation.
And now, back to Winnipeg Goldeyes baseball on Jewel 101.
No score, bottom of the first. In the nightcap of our doubleheader, we'll take a look at tonight's starting lineup for the Winnipeg Goldeyes, managed by Rick Forney, who is in his 9th year. Tyler Kuhn is the shortstop and leading off. Brock Bond is the second baseman and batting second. Casey Harther is at first base hitting third. Jake Blackwood is the third baseman and batting cleanup. Donnie Webb is in left field hitting 5th. Reggie Abercrombie is the center fielder hitting 6th. Josh Mazzola is in right field batting 7th. Luis Allen is the catcher hitting 8th. And Sam Kimmel is the DH in batting 9th. The starting lineup is brought to you by Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries. Fans, when you visit the Sky Suite level at Shaw Park, make sure to stop and relax in one of 3 Lazy Boy comfort zones. Each Lazy Boy comfort zone is fully furnished with the latest Lazy Boy sofas, love seats, coffee tables, and their world-famous recliners. The Winnipeg Goldeyes would like to thank Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries, located at 1425 Ellis Avenue, for their support. Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries, live life comfortably. Tyler Kuhn, Brock Bond, and Casey Harther to start things off here in the bottom half of the first. Jeff Shields, a very good pitcher on the mound tonight for the St. Paul Saints. 10 starts this year and 2 appearances in relief. He's 4-4 and ranks 12th in the American Association with a 3.29 ERA. Tyler Kuhn, a left-hand batter, takes a first pitch fastball on the outside corner for a strike, and the count is 0-1. This is Shields' second appearance against the Winnipeg Goldeyes. Here's the 0-1 to Kuhn. Swinging a ground ball out to second. 3 hops fielded by Moss. He turns and throws to first from the outfield grass, and Kuhn retired on the ground out to second. Brock Bond now stepping to the plate, a switch hitter for the left side. It was Jeff Shields who started the game that would ultimately get suspended way back on June 14th. He went 2 2/3 innings and allowed 1 earned run. And when that game was continued last night, and the Goldeyes never relinquishing that lead, they eventually won 4-0. Shields ended up taking the loss. First pitch, fastball low and away. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Brock Bond, a switch hitter left-handed. In game number 1, he was 1 out of 2, a single, a walk, and a ground out to first. He entered today hitting .284 in 22 games with the Goldeyes. Fastball down low, and it's now 2 balls and no strikes. Shields last pitched on Friday against the Kansas City T-Bones, went 8 strong, allowed 2 earned runs on 7 hits and a no decision. The 2-0 pitch. Fastball on the outside corner, 92 miles an hour, and it's now 2 balls and a strike. Shields with a good 2-seamer early on. And it breaks down and away from lefties, down and in on righties. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Swinging a ground ball the other way, base hit beyond the reach of Devin Taub. Good approach by Brock Bond. Saw that Shields was peppering that outside corner, let the ball travel deep, and he lines a single the other way. So the Goldeyes have a runner on first and 1 down. Defensively for the St. Paul Saints in game 2, Angelo Sacco is at first base. Sam Moss is at second. Devin Taub is at third. Joey Becker is the shortstop. Joe Bonfi is in left field. Jared McDonald in center. Evan Bigley is in right. And Dwight Childs back behind the plate. for the righty Jeff Shields. A big guy, 6'3", 210 pounds. First pitch to Casey Harther back in the 3-hole. It's a slider low and outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Shields, a 24-year-old right-hander from Lawrenceville, Georgia. Brock Bond, good speed on first, 3 for 3 in steals, held by Angelo Sacco, a right-handed fielder. Childs, a great arm behind the plate, a toss over to first. And Bond's able to dive back safe. Goldeyes had a stolen base of second, Donnie Webb, in the opener of this doubleheader. They would have a steal of second from Sam Kimmel later on. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Runner goes. Pitch is swung and a miss. Throw to second base by Childs. Bond slides, and he is safe at second base. Lance Schoenwald did not make a signal, and now it looks like they're going to send Brock Bond back to first. So not sure what happened. I don't know if time had been called for from the dugout or maybe by Casey Harther. Rick Forney is coming out to talk with Lance Schoenwald, the crew chief and third base umpire. It's unfortunate because Bond had the bag stolen. He slid it under the tag of Sam Moss. And it would have been the Goldeyes' third steal in 3 attempts against Dwight Childs in this series. So Forney seems at least somewhat satisfied with the explanation. Harther had swung through the pitch. The scoreboard still reading 1 ball and 1 strike. Don't think it was any form of interference because Bond has been sent back to first, and they are flashing 1-1, so the count's still 1 ball and 1 strike here on Casey Harther. Jake Blackwood hitting cleanup tonight is waiting on deck. Here's the pitch, swinging a ground ball foul off the front foot, and it's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. So the pitch ended up counting apparently, but there was no interference call, and for whatever reason, Bond was told to go back to first. And now Harther behind in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Casey went 1 for 3 in game 1. He entered the day hitting .393, the best average in the American Association. 1-2 in the Goldeyes first baseman. Shields off the first base side of the rubber, steps and throws to first, a high throw. It's caught by Sacco, and Bond's able to get back standing up. Jeff Shields last year pitching for the Trois Rivières Club in the Can-Am League. He went 9-9 in 20 starts, but led the league in ERA at 2.44. Runner goes, the 1-2 pitch, breaking ball low, throw to second base by Childs, the slide, and out at second is Brock Bond. And that throw from Childs almost clipped Jeff Shields on the mound. Childs from his knees throws to second. This time they do get Brock Bond. The Goldeyes stole twice off Childs in yesterday's doubleheader. And here Brock Bond is caught stealing 2-4 with the second baseman Sam Moss covering the bag. Now it's 2 outs and nobody on, and the count has gone to 2-2 on Casey Harther. For Dwight Childs, that is the 16th runner he's thrown out this year, most in the league. The pitch, fastball outside, 86 miles an hour. It's now 3 balls and 2 strikes. Harther with 7 homers and 35 runs batted in. Big crowd in hand tonight at Shaw Park. Here's the windup and the 3-2 pitch. Swinging a ground ball towards third. Tough play, and it's off the glove of Townend going down the left field line. Harther around first. He's on his way to second. Bonfleet just gets to the ball in the Goldeyes bullpen, and Harther stands on second base. They'll score that a double for Casey Harther. It was a tough hop as Tout came in. He tried to backhand the ball, and it hit off the heel of his glove and down the left field line. So the Goldeyes have Harther in scoring position and 2 down for Jake Blackwood. Blackwood, a right-handed batter, hit the ball hard a couple of times in game 1. He was 1 for 3 with a single. Came in at .265, 3 home runs and 23 runs batted in. No score, bottom half of the first, a 2-out chance for the Goldeyes, who took an early 2-0 lead earlier today. The Saints scored 5 unanswered and won 5-2. The pitch, fastball low and inside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Shields, originally drafted by the Diamondbacks, a 7th rounder in 2010 at a Chattahoochee Valley Community College in Alabama. He is 24-34 in his career with a 3.94 ERA. The 1-0 pitch, ground ball just foul outside of third. Blackwood barely missing an extra base hit that would have given the Goldeyes the lead. It's now 1 ball and 1 strike. If the Goldeyes can gain a split of this doubleheader, they would drop the Saints back to 5.5 games out of first. If the Saints win and sweep this doubleheader, St. Paul would be within 3.5 of first, with the series finale scheduled for tomorrow at noon. A runner on second and 2 away. The 1-1 to Blackwood. Slider low and outside. It's 2 balls and a strike. Donnie Webb, a switch hitter, is waiting on deck. 0-0, bottom half of the first. Goldeyes trying to cash in, and they double down the line from Casey Harther. And for Harther, his 22nd double of the year, second most in the American Association. Here's the pitch. Swinging a line shot to center, coming on McDonald. Reaches, and he makes a leaping catch and hangs on to win the inning. Jared McDonald, one of the top athletes in the American Association, left the ground, reached over his head and back, and took away what would have been an extra base hit. No runs. There were 2 hits and 1 runner left on base. End of 1 inning here at Shaw Park. No score on Jewel 101.
The Goldeyes Field of Dreams Foundation supports children's charities in Manitoba. I'm Tony Fletcher, Foundation President, urging you to get involved with the Fillmore Riley K's for Kids program by pledging a dollar amount per Goldeyes strikeout. Or show your support by picking up a Goldeyes license plate from your local auto pack dealer. The foundation receives $30 from each one sold. Thanks to you, the Field of Dreams Foundation has donated more than $1.6 million to children's charities since 1995.
Here's the pitch, and it's a grand slam! Here they come! Cans, juice boxes, glass and plastic bottles, into the bin!
The Winnipeg Goldeyes and Recycle Everywhere want you to swing for the fences and recycle all your empty beverage containers. They're full of potential and have thousands of uses beyond the landfill. Step up to the plate and pitch your drink containers into a recycling bin. Whether you're at home, work, school, or the ballpark, remember to recycle everywhere.
CIBC and the Winnipeg Goldeyes have partnered to fight cancer. On Sunday, October 5th, CIBC and Goldeyes employees, friends, and family will be running in communities across Canada for a future without breast cancer. Shaw Park, the home of the Winnipeg Goldeyes, will be your local run site for the Canadian Breast Cancer Foundation CIBC Run for the Cure. For more information, to register to run or make a donation, go to CIBC.com. Let's run for a future without breast cancer. Join in Sunday, October 5th at Shaw Park.
And now, back to Winnipeg Goldeyes baseball on Jewel 101.
Help support the Winnipeg Goldeyes Field of Dreams Foundation by purchasing a Path to Dreams sidewalk brick, and your name will go down in history. Literally. Personalized bricks located on the walkway to Shaw Park are a unique way to honor loved ones, promote businesses and organizations, or celebrate a special event. For more information on how to purchase your Path to Dreams sidewalk brick, call the Goldeyes office at 982 base. Henry Wrigley fouls the first pitch back off the top of the screen. 0-1. Gabe Aguilar at a 1-2-3 first has gone out for the top half of the second. Again, this is a scheduled 7-inning game. Left-hand pitcher, right-hand batter in the 0-1. Wrigley takes a changeup outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. It took a total of 4 games where the Winnipeg Goldeyes finally got to see Henry Wrigley, who's having one of the best offensive seasons in the league this year. 12 homers tied for third and 46 runs batted in, second most in the American Association. He spent some time in the DL this year. He takes a fastball inside from Aguilar, and it's now 2 balls and a strike. Wrigley on the DL from June 10th through June 21st. Former 14th round draft pick of the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, still at the time, in 2005, and would get as high as AAA. He stands way off the plate with an open stance. The 2-1 pitch. Changeup grounded out in front of shortstop. Reaching down, Cooney field steps those on to first. Plenty of time to get Wrigley. And there's 1 away here in the top half of the second. Hey fans, next time you're at a Goldeyes game, bring along a non-perishable food item for donation to Winnipeg Harvest. Collection bins are located at every ballpark entrance. Peek in the market and the Goldeyes. Encourage all listeners to help those in need. 1 out and nobody on. Angelo Sacco stepping to the plate, a left-hand bat. Sacco in game 1, he went 1 for 3. He started the rally in the 6th that culminated with a 3-run homer from the catcher Jake Taylor. And Taylor is on the bench for game 2 with Dwight Childs back behind the plate. First pitch by Aguilar. Tried to hold a swing, went around to a slider off the plate. And the count is 0-1. No score in the top of the second inning. Angelo Sacco, a former 4th-round draft pick of the Dodgers, taken in 2009 out of Loyola Marymount University in Los Angeles, California. Crowds the plate and he holds the bat high up. Aguilar's 0-1 pitch. Outside and low with a fastball, 84 miles an hour. It's now 1 ball and 1 strike. Goldeyes had a couple of hits in the bottom half of the first. Jeff Shields worked around a 2-out double from Casey Harther. He was bailed out when Jared McDonald made a huge catch to win the inning. The 1-1 pitch. fouled straight back. 86 in the fastball and good location away. It's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Gabe Aguilar making his second career start. He has done a great job in a variety of roles for the Winnipeg Goldeyes the last 2 seasons. He had 66 appearances at the University of New Mexico. His 4 college years, 2009 through 2013, all of those had come in relief. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a foul straight back. Just got a piece of a slider off the plate. A good pitch by Aguilar. And Sacco finds a way to stay alive. Sacco has struck out 44 times this year in 53 games. He's tied for 12th in the league with 8 homers and tied for 13th with 36 runs batted in. Just past 8 o'clock and a great crowd in hand in downtown Winnipeg. Bases empty, 1 away. Aguilar from a high set. Another 1-2 pitch. Swinging a high fly ball towards left. Donnie Webb standing his ground. A couple steps to his right. Makes the catch well in front of the warning track. 2 up and 2 set aside by Gabe Aguilar. Winnipeg Goldeyes baseball is brought to you by MTS. Get unlimited internet in Manitoba on all your devices only with MTS. Series finale, a quick turnaround tomorrow at noon. A 12 o'clock start and a good pitching matchup there. Ethan Hollingsworth takes on right-hander Robert Coe. Joe Bonfi is at the plate, a right-hand batter. And once again playing left field. Bonfi in game 1, he went 1 for 2 with a single, a walk, a run scored, and a stolen base. Slider swing and a miss. Good back foot slider from Gabe Aguilar. It's no balls and a strike. Bonfi in the nightcap of last night's doubleheader went 3 for 3. And in his last 12 games, Bonfi is now 18 for 42. That's a .429 average. 0-1 on Bonfi, 2 outs, nobody on. The pitch, swing and a miss, and a slider away. And it's no balls and 2 strikes. Gabe's command has been just terrific over the first 2 innings. He had 11 pitch first, and he has an 0-2 count on Joe Bonfi with 2 outs and nobody on in the second. We're scoreless here in game 2. Outfield deep and a couple of steps to left. Aguilar brings the hands together. 0-2 pitch, fastball, strike 3, cold in the outside corner. Great pitch by Gabe Aguilar, and he freezes Joe Bonfi to win the inning. No runs, no hits, and nobody left on base. Middle of the second at Shaw Park. No score on Jewel 101.
This summer, Downtown Winnipeg Biz wants you to get a taste of downtown Winnipeg with restaurant tours starting in June. Hit 4 patios in 1 evening on the Patio Crawl Tour. Cycle to 7 restaurants on the Movable Feast Tour. Check out up-and-coming musicians at the Almost Famous Music Tour. Let Winnipeg Wine take you to the city's top restaurants for a tasting that includes a night in a luxury downtown hotel. See the full lineup of tours and get your tickets today at downtownwinnipegbiz.com.
The Fairmont Winnipeg is the city's only luxury hotel with 340 luxuriously appointed rooms, 19,000 square feet of stylish function space, and 12 meeting rooms. At the Fairmont, quality, comfort, and convenience come standard, and its central location makes it perfect for your next corporate meeting or family staycation. Travel easily to the RBC Convention Center through the Underground Concourse, or visit the nearby Canadian Museum of Human Rights. Located in the heart of the city, the Fairmont Winnipeg continues to be the hotel of choice for the discerning traveler.
At Cal Tire, they are the tire and wheel experts. They have the best selection of tires and wheels in the city, all at prices that can't be beat. If you find a lower advertised price, bring it in and they'll match it or even beat it. This spring, pay attention to your vehicle by taking it to the experts at Cal Tire. It's time to talk to Cal at any one of their 5 convenient Winnipeg locations.
And now, back to Winnipeg Goldeyes baseball on Jewel 101.
Hey fans, take out your souvenir game program.
Come celebrate your birthday Goldeyes style. Partygoers receive a souvenir, hot dog, potato chips, and soft drink, plus birthday cake and mini donuts to enjoy in the stands, courtesy of Lil Orbit's Mini Donuts. The guest of honor also receives a birthday card, Goldeyes baseball, photo with Goldie, happy birthday PA announcement during the game, and more. Parties are just $16 per person based on a minimum of 10 guests. Call the Goldeyes office at 982-BASE to book your next birthday bash. No score, bottom half of the second of a 7-inning game. Donnie Webb will lead things off against Jeff Shields, last year's Can-Am League leader in earned run average. Webb a switch hitter left side. He swings and grounds one foul on the right field line. It's no balls and 1 strike. Donnie Webb in game number 1 tonight, 1 for 3 with a single, a stolen base, and a run scored, The stolen base is 24th of the year, most in the league. The 0-1 pitch. Fastball low and outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Webb came in at 277. He has 6 homers and 28 runs batted in. And he has now scored 26 runs in his last 34 games played. The 1-1 pitch from Shields. Fastball, a little bit low and outside. 2 balls and a strike. Shields, good velocity on that 2-seam fastball. He's gotten as high as 92 miles an hour. Webb followed by Abercrombie and Mazzola. The 2-1 pitch. It foul off his hands to the left side. And the count is now 2-2 on Donnie Webb. He'll be headed to the All-Star game. The Goldeyes with 6 representatives on the North team. Donnie Webb, Luis Allen, Casey Harther, and Tyler Kuhn will all start. Chris Kissick will be in the bullpen. The 2-2 pitch. Check swing, and it's tapped foul to the left. Came in with a slider. And it's still 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ryan Pineda was also selected as the North squad's utility player. Unfortunately, Pineda, who a couple days ago was placed in the DL, won't be able to play. The 2-2 pitch, swung and grounded foul to the right. And Webb hangs in another slider from Jeff Shields, 78 miles an hour. No score, bottom half of the second. Jeff Shields in his 5th year of professional baseball. He has only averaged 4.9 strikeouts per 9 innings in his career. The 2-2 hit foul on the left field line. And Webb having a tough at bat here. That's 7 pitches now against the righty Shields. But he's also only averaged 2.8 walks. He really pitches to contact with that power sinker. He certainly had great results last year pitching for Les Aigles Trois Rivières. And not only did he lead the league in ERA, but he threw a ton of innings. Swing and a miss at a fastball. Strike 3 on Donnie Webb. First strike into the ball game for Jeff Shields, and that'll bring up Reggie Abercrombie. Shields threw 136 and 2/3 innings last year, 3rd most in the Can-Am League, so that really magnifies that league-leading 2.44 ERA. Reggie Abercrombie stepping up. He was 1 for 3 in the opener of the doubleheader, an RBI single and a run scored. Right-hand batter. Jeff Shields going into the windup. The first pitch. Fastball swung and a chop towards third. It's a foul ball to the left of Devin Tout. It's 0-1. No runs, 2 hits, and no errors for the Goldeyes. No runs, no hits, and no errors for the St. Paul Saints. Bottom half of the second with the bases empty and 1 down. Abercrombie crowds the plate, slightly open stance. The pitch. Line the other way, 1-hopper grabbed by Sacco. Foot race to the bag, and Sacco gets there just in time. So Jeff Shields a little bit slow getting off the mound. Drew Gain did that a couple of times and got away with it in the opener of the doubleheader. And here's Shields a little bit late covering the bag at first. Angelo Sacco's played a great first base tonight. 2 outs and nobody on. That'll bring up Josh Mazzola. Mazzola, a right-handed batter, came in at 241, 6 homers and 32 driven in. Mazzola hit second in the opener. He went 0 for 2 with a walk. The walk came on a tremendous turn on the plate against Drew Gay. He saw 12 pitches. Fastball misses just low and outside. 1 ball and no strikes. And he should have had a hit back in the 5th. He lined one down the right field line, and it was slicing away from Evan Bigley, but Bigley made a diving catch. Slider on the outside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike, and Josh Mazzola, right-hand bat. No score in the bottom half of the second. Jeff Shields gets the sign from Dwight Childs. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a bouncer foul to the left side. Got handcuffed by a sinker on the hands. 85 miles an hour. It's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Like a lot of sinker ball pitchers, Jeff Shields very tough to elevate. He's given up only 2 home runs in 60 innings pitched entering tonight. Bases empty, 2 outs. Shields gets the sign. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Mazzola. Swinging a ground ball foul to the left side, and the count is still 1 ball and 2 strikes. Luis Allen waiting on deck. If Mazzola can extend the inning, the Goldeyes for game 2. Wearing the alternate navy blue uniforms, the Goldeyes W in the upper left side. Numbers in white, no names in the back. And we've got their regular home white pants with no trim, and the navy blue caps with the red bills. Right-hander against right-hander. Another 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball pops this one up to the right side. Angelo Sacco crosses the line in a foul territory. He's under it, and Sacco makes the catch. The Goldeyes are retired 1-2-3. No runs, no hits, and nobody left on base. End of 2 in game 2. No score here on Jewel 101.
Support your own, the Goldeyes. And Fort Garry Brewing. Located right here in Winnipeg, Fort Garry Brewing is Manitoba's #1 brewery, crafting a full spectrum of delicious beers and ales, including the award-winning Fort Garry Dark and the fan-favorite Fort Garry Pale, both of which are available at Shaw Park. So cheer on the home team. Fort Garry Brewing, Manitoba made, Manitoba's own.
What should we bring to the lake for dinner tonight?
Something easy that we can throw in the cooler.
Turkey.
Granny's Poultry introduces their seasoned boneless turkey breast.
Sounds good.
Really good.
Pick up a Granny's frozen seasoned boneless turkey breast from your neighborhood grocery store. Throw it in the cooler, and by the time you get to the lake, it's barbecue ready. Granny's Poultry, your local poultry farmer's own cooperative. To find a retailer or for simply delicious recipes, visit grannys.ca. Granny's, good-natured.
It's the windup, and here's the pitch. Right in the mouth.
I think he lost the tooth there.
Sure looks that way. I bet he's glad he's covered by Manitoba Blue Cross. Big dental bill there.
Just like sports, life can throw you a curveball. And while provincial health care doesn't cover ambulance rides, dental care, or all prescription drugs, Manitoba Blue Cross has coverage options to keep you in the game.
Manitoba Blue Cross, the color of caring.
Visit mb.bluecross.ca to find out more.
And now, back to Winnipeg Goldeyes baseball on Jewel 101.
Get your group of 25 or more together for a Goldeyes game. Our group packages suit everyone from a family gathering to the team at work that wants to share in the experience of exciting Goldeyes baseball. These packages are full of benefits just for your group. Seating is available in all areas of Shaw Park. Call our group department at 982 base and let one of our event experts look after the details of your next outing. Don't forget to ask about our group picnic packages or the Goldeyes patio deck. No score, top half of the third of a 7-inning game. Bottom third due up against Gabe Aguilar, who's been great over the first two, making the spot start. Rick Forney hoping to get as much as he can out of Gabe Aguilar before turning things over to the rest of the bullpen. Joey Becker, Jared McDonald, and Dwight Childs to start it off. Becker, a right-hand batter. He swings at the first pitch, hits it in the air to deep center. Going back, Abercrombie over by the track, reaches and makes the catch. A one-pitch out in the top of the third. Becker hit it well, but there was plenty of real estate for Abercrombie to track it down. And now Jared McDonald, who had a big game one, a left-hand batter, steps to the plate. For all Goldeyes home games this season, when the Goldeyes win, all fans in attendance win a Winnie Dog thanks to Salisbury House. If the Goldeyes win tonight, you can take your game ticket to any of the 7 Sal's Express locations to receive a free Winnie Dog with a purchase of fries. The offer is valid for 7 days following the win, courtesy of Salisbury House. One offer per ticket, per person, per visit, not valid at Shaw Park. First pitch on the way to Jared McDonald, a fastball over the inside half, and it's 0-1. McDonald in game one, he had a leadoff double in the third, was driven in by Devin Tout. Then he had a one-out walk and scored on a double from Tout in the top half of the fifth. The 0-1 pitch, thought about a bunt, pulls back, and it's a slider on the outside corner. Another great pitch by Aguilar. It's 0-2. Dwight Childs waits on deck. We're scoreless in the top half of the third at Shaw Park. 1 out and nobody on. McDonald behind, no balls and 2 strikes. Allen sets up off the plate away. The 0-2 pitch, slider lined over the middle for a base hit. A 74-mile-an-hour slider. Jared McDonald, a good piece of hitting, stayed back in the ball and lined that one just over the bare hand of Gabe Aguilar. So a 1-out single, and it's the first base runner allowed by Aguilar. That'll bring up Dwight Childs, the catcher. Childs back in the lineup. He had a pretty big hit in last night's ball game in the top half of the 7th. After McDonald hit a double to cut the Goldeyes lead of 3-1, Childs followed with a double that cut it a 3-2, and then Childs would end up scoring the tying run on the base hit by Devin Tout. Childs, a right-hand batter, stands tall in the box. McDonald, very good speed at first. Aguilar steps and throws over, and McDonald gets back with that attack from Casey Harther, a right-handed defender. The Saints are in the alternate lavender uniforms with the St. Paul insignia in the upper left side. Numbers in white, no names in the back. Rolled gray pants with black trim. And they have the lavender caps. The pitch, high fly ball in the air to left field. Back goes Webb, onto the track, back near the wall. Webb reaching, makes the catch, and that'll send McDonald back to first base. Boy, Dwight Childs gave it a ride, and not a whole lot of wind right now, just 5 kilometers per hour out of the southwest, and Donnie Webb had just enough room to back up against the left field wall. and runs down the fly ball from Dwight Childs. Back to the top for Devin Tout. Aguilar struck him out on 3 pitches to begin tonight's game. Great weather throughout today's doubleheader. Now it's 24 degrees Celsius, 75 Fahrenheit, humidity of 53%. We mentioned just 5-kilometer-per-hour winds from the southwest. Tout, a left-hand batter, holds the bat low, and he chokes way up. Throw to first base. McDonald gets back with that attack. No score in the top half of the third. McDonald with 22 stolen bases last season. While playing for Wichita, he was caught 6 times. You should add some speed to the lineup for George Samus, a team that hasn't stolen many bases this year. Toss to first. This time McDonald dives back. Arthur applies the tag, and McDonald just got back safe. Runner on first and 2 outs. Devin Tout entered the doubleheader hitting .340. No score in the top of the third. Outfield shading Tout a few steps to left center. Pitch is swung and grounded foul towards the Saints dugout. And the count is no balls and 1 strike. After tomorrow afternoon series finale, the Goldeyes will quickly get on the bus. It's about a 12-hour drive to Kansas City, so leaving right after tomorrow's game will hopefully give Winnipeg a few extra hours of sleep in the hotel in preparation for Friday's series opener. Chandler Barnard is expected to pitch that game. Barnard got the win yesterday. Runner goes. Pitch taken inside. Throw to second base. Here's the tag by Kuhn, and McDonald is just safe at second base. So Jared McDonald steals his first as a member of the Saints. It's his 8th overall this season. He had 5 earlier this year with the Southern Illinois Miners of the Frontier League and 2 with the Atlantic League's Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. So a 1-ball, 1-strike count on Devin Tout, hitting .423 in the year with men in scoring position. McDonald on second and 2 away. Luis Allen flashing out the sign on the left-hander Gabe Aguilar, 5'8", 165 pounds. Just 24 years old, but has great poise on the mound. Born and lives in El Paso, Texas. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Slider low, bounces away from Allen to the right, and that sends Jared McDonald to third. That'll be a wild pitch charge to Gabe Aguilar. Now a runner on third and 2 men down. And Tout is in front, 2 balls and 1 strike. No runs, 2 hits, and no errors for Winnipeg. No runs, 1 hit, and no errors for St. Paul. There's still 2 head-to-head series left between the clubs. The Saints are back here in Winnipeg August 12th through August 14th. And then 2 weeks after that, the 26th through 28th of August, the Goldeyes will participate in the final series at Midway Stadium. Slider taken low and outside, and Tout showing some good patience on the slider from Gabe Aguilar. It's taken back-to-back ones out of the zone. It's now 3 balls and a strike. Sam Moss, a right-hand batter, is on deck. McDonald, the runner, on third and 2 outs. Infield tilted a bit to the right. Casey Harther is playing near the line. A set from Aguilar. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Slider on the outside corner. Now it's 3-2, and we'll see if Gabe throws another one, or if he goes back to the fastball with a 3-2 count. Tout has struck out 27 times this year in 30 games. He was struck out tonight, leading things off. Left-hand pitcher, left-hand batter. McDonald leads. The 3-2 pitch. Fastball lifted in the air towards shallow left. Tough play. Kuhn goes out. In comes Donnie Webb. Kuhn reaches, and it's just beyond his glove for a blue base hit. Into scores McDonald, and the Saints lead 1-0 in the top half of the third inning. Devin Tout got jammed. The inside out of that ball to left center field. Kuhn got a good break. Was sprinting out, and he had a good read off the bat. It was just a little bit too far out of his reach, and it was a little bit too short of Donnie Webb coming in from left field. So Devin Tout on the 3-2 count drives in his 3rd run of this doubleheader, and it's his 20th of the year. A clutch 2-out single. So now a runner on first and 2 men down. The Saints strike first for the first time in this series. Sam Moss popped to second base in the top half of the first inning. 1-0 St. Paul. And Devin Tout is now at safely in 8 consecutive games. He's got a short lead at first. Aguilar delivers. Fastball just a bit low, and the count is 1 ball and no strikes. Goldeyes bullpen is quiet. Aguilar a little over 30 pitches right now over 2 2/3 innings. Again, this is a scheduled 7-inning game. Saints took the opener of the doubleheader earlier tonight by a final of 5-2. Aguilar is ready. The 1-0 pitch. Swinging a ground ball to short. Reaching down, Cooney fields. Flips to second in time to force out Tout. and the inning is over. The Saints get the lead. They get a run and 2 hits. There is 1 left on base. Middle of the third at Shaw Park. Saints 1, Goldeyes nothing on Jewel 101.
The real estate news is online and connected. Connected to the latest MLS listings wherever you are. Print, online, mobile. It's in your hands. Visit winnipegrealestatenews.com. The real estate news is online and connected. Connected to the latest MLS listings wherever you are. Print, online, mobile. It's in your hands. Visit winnipegrealestatenews.com.
It's a Winnipeg tradition. The Pony Corral Grand Park presents the original Sunday night cruise night. Come on out and enjoy food and drinks on the patio, all while the city's most impressive hot rods, motorcycles, and special interest vehicles strut their stuff. Oh, and don't forget about the hourly prizes. Sunday night cruise at the Pony Corral, hosted by the Fab 50s Car Club, sponsored by Piston Ring.
Nothing foggy. Nothing to hide. Everything is crystal clear with Duraco windows. Duraco windows are built to last a lifetime, and they guarantee it 100% with their true lifetime warranty. Feel confident that should a seal fail, a lock break, or a weld crack, you are completely covered. A big investment should be backed big time, so know what you're getting right from the start. The choice is clear. Duraco windows. Go to Duraco.com now to book a free consultation.
And now, back to Winnipeg Goldeyes baseball on Jewel 101.
Help support the Winnipeg Goldeyes Field of Dreams Foundation with the K's for Kids program. All you have to do is pledge an amount that you will donate towards the Field of Dreams Foundation every time a Goldeyes pitcher records a home strikeout during the 2014 season. You can fill out a pledge form at goldeyes.com or at the fan services booth at Shaw Park. At the end of the season, we'll add up all the Goldeyes strikeouts, and the Field of Dreams Foundation will send you an invoice, or if you wish, we can charge your credit card for the amount pledged. For more information about the K's for Kids program, visit goldeyes.com. 1-0 St. Paul. We're in the bottom half of the third. The first pitch by Jeff Shields to Luis Allen. It's a fastball over the inside corner for a strike. It's 0-1. Devin Town, who had 2 RBIs in the opener tonight, flares one a shallow left center to drive in a 2-out run and give the Saints the lead. Swing and a miss at a fastball down low. It's no balls and 2 strikes. Allen, Kimmel, and Kuhn, 8-9-1, due up for the Goldeyes in the home third. Luis in the opener of tonight's doubleheader was 0 for 2 with a walk. He came in batting .319, 3 homers and 28 runs batted in. The 0-2 pitch. Line drive towards right field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Luis Allen hits a breaking ball the other way. A leadoff single, and the tying run is on base for Sam Kimmel. See Rick Forney does here, the young left-handed batter. Kimmel officially signed yesterday with the Goldeyes having to put Ryan Pineda on the disabled list. And Kimmel has looked real good in the first game tonight. He went 0 for 2 with a walk, and he stole a base, the 19th of his young professional career, now in its 4th season. He was drafted by the Orioles in the 18th round, a 2012 draft pick out of Stetson University in his home state of Florida. Kimmel originally from the West Palm Beach area. He squares, bunts the ball to the right side. It hugs the line. It's going to go foul about 60 feet from home plate. So the count is 0-1, and that'll send Luis Allen back to first. Saints a run, 2 hits, and no errors. The Goldeyes, no runs, 3 hits, and no errors. The in-game line score is brought to you by Culligan Water. Better water, pure and simple. Culligan Water has been locally owned and operated since 1956, serving Winnipeg and the surrounding areas. Contact them at drinkculligan.com. Sam Kimmel, a left-hand batter. He saw his first action in the field earlier tonight. Played left. Here he is DHing for a 3rd time in 4 games. Righty to lefty, and the 0-1, swinging a foul straight down, got on top of an 86-mile-an-hour sinker. So it's 0-2 on Sam Kimmel with Tyler Kuhn, another left-hand batter, waiting on deck. If the Saints hang on to win this ball game, they will pull within 3.5 of first place in the American Association North. The Saints have been playing some real good baseball over the last week and a half. They have now won 7 of their last 9. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Change-up outside and low. 80 miles an hour from Jeff Shields. The count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Kimmel earlier this year combined hit .232, 13 out of 56 and 18 games for Frederick, Aberdeen, and Delmarva, 3 Baltimore Orioles affiliates. The 1-2 pitch, change-up outside and low. Went back to that same pitch and missed again. It's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. The interesting thing about Kimmel defensively, he actually started his career as a catcher in 2012, and he was very good defensively. They have 13 base runners for the Aberdeen Ironbirds in the New York Penn League. Fastball low and outside, 3 balls and 2 strikes. So Shields trying to put Kimmel away with pitches down and away. He missed with the 2 changeups. Now he misses with a sinker. And it's gone from 0-2 to a full count. Kimmel, a guy who has made contact during his career, only 52 strikeouts in 104 professional games. So we'll see if Allen takes off. Not going. 3-2 pitch and a high fly ball, shallow left center. Joe Bonfie moving in. Bonfie is under it, makes the catch, and Allen goes back to first base. Now there's 1 man down, back to the top for Tyler Kuhn, who grounded out to second base in the bottom half of the first. For all Goldeyes home games this season, when the Goldeyes win, all fans in attendance win a Winnie Dog thanks to Salisbury House. If the Goldeyes win tonight, you can take your game ticket to any of the 7 Sal's Express locations to receive a free Winnie Dog with a purchase of fries. The offer is valid for 7 days following the win, courtesy of Salisbury House. 1 offer per ticket, per person, per visit, not valid at Shaw Park. First pitch on the way to Tyler Kuhn, a slider taken low and inside. Good stop by Dwight Childs. It's 1-0. Kuhn entered the doubleheader second in the league in batting at .356, trailing his teammate Casey Harder. In the history of the American Association, no team has ever had the top 2 hitters in the league. Goldeyes entering today had it a little bit past the halfway point. After the opener of this doubleheader, the Goldeyes have now played 57 games in 2014. 1 on and 1 out, bottom of the third. The pitch, Kuhn swings, drives it towards left. Moving to his right as Bonfie has it lined up in front of the track, and Bonfie makes the catch. Kuhn with a good opposite field swing. Joe Bonfie runs it down, and there's 2 away. Luis Allen still on first after the leadoff single. Brock Bond back in the number 2 hole now, steps to the plate. Bond single with a sharp liner the other way, and was later caught stealing at second. Earlier in the at-bat, when Casey Harder was at the plate and Bond was on first, it looked like Bond had stolen second base. But for whatever reason, he was sent back to first. Never quite got the sure explanation. Bond, a switch hitter from the left side. He has a career average of 300 or better as both a left and right-hand batter. Here's the set from the righty. Here's the first pitch. Change-up. That one's on the outside corner, 0-1. 77 miles an hour. That's the first change-up that Shields has been able to throw for a strike. He tried a couple in Sam Kimmel earlier in the inning and missed down and away. Luis Allen is the tying run at first and 2 outs. The 0-1 pitch to Bond. Check swing, another change-up. This one's low, and another good stop by Dwight Childs. The count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike. Childs is so good defensively. In fact, during his first college game at the University of Arizona, the pitcher he was working with, a pitcher by the name of Preston Gilmet, they took a no-hitter into the 9th inning, and they were 1 out away from a collegiate no-hitter. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Fastball taken high and outside, 2 balls and 1 strike, and with 1 hitter left to go, Childs wanted to throw a fastball. Preston Gilmet wanted a slider. Childs won the argument, and they made a pretty good pitch. They jammed the hitter inside, but the ball floated into the outfield, and it broke up the no-hitter with an out to go. Swinging a line shot towards center field, coming on McDonald, reaches, slides, and he makes the catch to retire the side. Jared McDonald takes away a hit for a second time in 3 innings, a sliding catch on a slicing line drive hit by Brock Bond. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 runner left on base. Into 3 here at Shaw Park. It's 1-0 Saints on Jewel 101.
While there is no known cure for ALS, there is hope. The ALS Society of Manitoba supports families affected by ALS. Their client services coordinator works with your family to determine your needs, and the Brummett-Feasby ALS House provides 24-hour care designed to specifically meet the needs of people living with ALS, because hope is important in the lives of those affected by ALS. The ALS Society of Manitoba, they help their people every way they can. Visit alsmb.ca.
Step into Cub Bakery and you'll feel like you've come home. Cub Bakery, the oldest rye bread bakery in the city. has been making Winnipeg-style rye bread using virtually the same recipe since 1923. But they make so much more than their signature rye. Pick up fresh hearth and pan breads, pastries, and buns, all baked with care to ensure you and your family enjoy only the highest of quality. One taste and you'll understand why they're a Winnipeg tradition. Cub Bakery, always fresh.
My son loves hockey, but after a body check last season, I didn't think he would play. He slid hard into the boards. I was worried. We went to our family chiropractor. He set up a treatment plan, and his care was partly covered by Manitoba Health. Now, my son's back on the ice playing and enjoying every minute, even the practices. Thanks to our chiropractor for making life better.
Manitoba Chiropractors, making life better.
And now, back to Winnipeg Goldeyes baseball on Jewel 101.
Hey fans, tickets are on sale now for the Winnipeg Free Press All-Star After Party on Tuesday, July 29th at the Metropolitan Entertainment Center. Your ticket provides you with a variety of snacks, a complimentary beverage, and the chance to mix, mingle, and dance with the All-Stars. That's the Free Press All-Star After Party on Tuesday, July 29th after the big game. Tickets to the after party are just $20 and available at the Shaw Park box office. We go to the top of the fourth inning at Shaw Park, 1-0 in favor of the Saints, and again a 7-inning game in the nightcap of the doubleheader. Heart of the order coming up for the Saints, and Gabe Aguilar has gone out for a fourth inning of work. Evan Bigley leads off, the number 3 hitter, and he takes a changeup on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. The Goldeyes already have a righty warming up behind Gabe Aguilar. His season high again is 3 1/3 innings, a chance to tie and maybe even surpass that here in the top of the fourth. Bigley grounded a shortstop in the first inning. Slider on the outside corner. A couple of great off-speed pitches, a changeup for a strike and a backdoor slider for a strike. Bigley is followed by Henry Wrigley and Angelo Sacco. Saints were able to scratch out a 2-out run on the bloop single from Devin Tout in the top half of the third. Here's the set from the left-hander Aguilar. The 0-2 pitch, fastball high and outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Really at this point, anything you get from Aguilar is just a bonus. Aguilar great over 3, and the spot start, only his second career start, and he's allowed just 1 earned run and 2 hits. Aguilar ready. The 1-2 to Bigley. Fastball just high at 85 miles an hour. So it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. A run, 2 hits, and no errors for the Saints. No runs, 3 hits, and no errors for the Winnipeg Goldeyes. We'll take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard in this inning, brought to you by Manitoba Blue Cross, the color of caring. 2-2 pitch, slider just low. That came over the plate, but missed below the knees. And Bigley, who has not swung the bat yet, has looked at 2 strikes and 3 balls. Earlier today, the Fargo-Moorhead Redhawks avoided a sweep at the hands of the Gary South Shore Railcats, winning 3-1 at U.S. Steel Yard. Bigley waits, and the payoff pitch, low and inside, ball 4. A leadoff walk here in the top half of the fourth, and the first issued by Gabe Aguilar. Henry Wrigley, the DH, now steps up. Sioux Falls and Laredo tied at 4. They're in the top of the 6th inning at Sioux Falls Stadium in South Dakota. The Kansas City T-Bones lead the Sioux City Explorers 5-1. They're in the top of the 4th at Lewis and Clark Park in Iowa. Grand Prairie leads Wichita 3-1, bottom half of the 5th at Quick Trip Park. The Wingnuts have won 10 in a row. The Lincoln Salt Dogs lead Les Aigles de Trois-Rivières 5-0, bottom of the 8th at Leston Fernand Bedard. Henry Wrigley 0 for 1, a right-hand slugger. The pitch, fastball just low, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. The Can-Am League's Quebec Capitals and Amarillo Sox are tied at 3. That game is in the top of the 6th at Amarillo National Bank Sox Stadium. The Sox have lost 10 games in a row. And earlier today, the Saints beat the Goldeyes 5-2 in the opener of this doubleheader. Runner goes, the pitch taken for a strike, throw to second base. Bond's tag is not in time. Evan Bigley steals second base, his 10th of the year. It's now 1 ball and 1 strike on Henry Wrigley. He took that changeup for a strike. Good pitch to run on. Now runner in second and nobody out. And Wrigley will try and get Bigley over to third base. Both Henry Wrigley and Evan Bigley will be in the American Association All-Star Game on Tuesday, July 29th. There's a good chance that Wrigley will participate in the Home Run Derby. A look towards second. And the 1-1 pitch. Changeup lifted in the air towards right center field. Moving over is Abercrombie. Abercrombie makes the catch. Tagging at second is Bigley. He's going to try for 3. Abercrombie's throw is a little bit offline. It's grabbed by Blackwood and foul ground. And Bigley gets to third base. So Wrigley, a productive out. Fly ball to right center, deep enough to get Evan Bigley to third. That'll give the Saints a chance at a sacrifice fly, and we'll see what the Goldeyes do with their infield here. Angelo Sacco, a left-hand batter, is now coming up. So a productive fly out for Henry Wrigley. 1-0 Saints here in the top half of the 4th inning. Again, the out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Manitoba Blue Cross, the color of caring. Sacco fly to left his first time up, and the Goldeyes will bring the infield in at all 4 positions. Arthur at first, Bond at second, Kuhn at short, and Blackwood at third. The pitch, breaking ball on the inside corner at the knees, and the count is 0-1. Angelo Sacco in his first year with the Saints, an outfielder, but he has played great at first base throughout this doubleheader, mainly in game 1. And he has helped out a couple of Saints pitchers who were late covering the first base bag. Allen's going to set up outside. Aguilar comes set. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Slider hit in the air, foul the other way. That'll reach the crowd, and it's 0-2. So Aguilar ahead, no balls and 2 strikes. Would love to get a strikeout in this situation. And Sacco is one of the few Saints hitters who will strike out, 44 of them in 53 games played. Sacco getting as high as AA in the Dodgers organization. He was there in Chattanooga, the Dodgers AA affiliate, earlier this season for 3 games. A lifetime .264 hitter in 6 professional seasons. Aguilar comes set. The 0-2 pitch, slider line drive down the right field line that gets down fair for a base hit, and it rolls towards the corner. In to score is Bigley. Heading for second is Angelo Sacco, and Sacco gets there standing up with an RBI double. 2-0 St. Paul. Angelo Sacco with a double down the right field line to drive in Evan Bigley. The Saints have a 2-0 lead. They have a runner on second and 1 down. And Rick Forney's going to come out. Looks like that'll do it for Gabe Aguilar, who did a good job in the spot start, gave the Goldeyes a chance. And we'll tell you about the new pitcher after this on Jewel 101.
Cheers to the NSA slow pitch team, whose uniforms are not uniform at all. Cheers to the times where more prep goes into playing after the game than playing in it. Cheers to the team who carries the cooler to the bench first and then maybe goes back to the van for the bats, balls, and gloves. Cheers from the Bud family, Budweiser, Bud Light, and Bud Light Lime. Proud sponsors of your Winnipeg Goldeyes and every NSA slow pitch team in Winnipeg. Go get 'em!
Can you guess who is top dog in the alley? Johnson Waste Management. Johnson Waste Management has been recognized as the top dog in the business 7 years in a row. Not bad for a local family-owned business in a dog-eat-dog world. Johnson Waste Management. Silver trucks and green bins. Doing our best to be the very best.
And now, back to Winnipeg Goldeyes baseball on Jewel 101.
This pitching change is brought to you by Johnson Waste Management. Call 452-0909. Sidearming right-hander Taylor Seward, who did a great job in the opener of yesterday's doubleheader, will take over for Gabe Aguilar. Aguilar did a good job in the spot start, 3 1/3. 2 earned runs, 3 hits, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts. And with 2 righties scheduled to come up, and Joe Monfey and Joey Becker, Rick Forney brings on Taylor Seward. Seward's been outstanding this year, 24 appearances, all in relief. 0-0 with no saves, a 2.00 ERA, 27 innings pitched, 26 hits allowed, 6 walks, 19 strikeouts, opponents hitting .257. Taylor Seward in his second year with the Winnipeg Goldeyes stands in at 6'2", 195 pounds. Like Gabe Aguilar, he's 24 years of age, originally from Highland Mills, New York. Joe Bonfi 0 for 1. Struck out looking in the top half of the second. Aguilar threw 48 pitches in 3 1/3, matching his season high in terms of longest outing. So we are in a 7-inning game. It's the top of the 4th. Angelo Sacco just drove in the Saints' second run. He's on second base with 1 down. Seward from the stretch. He looks over at second. And the first pitch. Slider taken just outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Gabe Aguilar right now would be on the hook for a potential loss. Meanwhile, Taylor Sewitt last pitched yesterday. He went 2 1/3 scoreless in relief. The next pitch is taken just outside, 2 balls and no strikes. That was in the continuation of the suspended contest back on June 14th. He was the first pitcher to come in after Chandler Barnard actually returned, who had started that game when the start was originally made. Sinker just low, and it's now 3 balls and no strikes on Joe Bonfi. Joey Becker waiting on deck. Barnard pitched 3 scoreless on June 14th before the game was suspended, and then he worked the 4th and 5th innings last night and ended up getting the win. The 3-0 pitch, that's on the outside corner. A 79-mile-an-hour slider from Taylor Sewitt. Now it's 3-1 on Joe Bonfi with a runner in second and 1 away. Bonfi, a .362 hitter this year with men in scoring position. Outfield deep and a few steps to left. Sewitt's 3-1. Sinker just outside, close pitch. So Bonfi draws the walk, his 22nd of the season. And that puts runners on first and second with 1 down. Not necessarily the worst thing here. It sets up a possible double play. And Sewitt, a guy who gets a lot of ground balls. Angelo Sacco on second base, the responsibility of Gabe Aguilar. Joe Bonfi is on first. Goldeyes will be heading to Kansas City after tomorrow's game. The Saints head back home. They will take on the Laredo Lemurs beginning Friday night. Sewitt delivers. Fastball letter high on the outside corner. And the count is 0-1. 2 runs, 3 hits, and no errors for the Saints. No runs, 3 hits, and no errors for the Winnipeg Goldeyes. Runners lead first and second. Infield set for a double play. The 0-1 pitch, slider, just off the outside edge. And it's now 1 ball and 1 strike. Trades and transactions are brought to you by Prairie Safety Surfacing. Bounces like rubber, wears like a rock. Prairie Safety Surfacing, your authorized rubber rock dealer for Manitoba. Visit them at prairiesafetysurfacing.com. Becker crowds the plate deep in the box. The 1-1 from Sewitt. Line drive caught by Sewitt. It'll be a double play. He tosses to Casey Harther, and that ends the top half of the 4th. Becker smoked it towards the mat, and Sewitt, in self-preservation, caught it just in front of his waist, and he tossed to Harther to finish off the line drive double play. The Saints going to run. There was 1 hit and 1 left on base. Middle of the 4th at Shaw Park. 2-0 St. Paul on Jewel 101.
I'm Larry McIntosh. California to Winnipeg, 2,966 kilometers. Portage to Winnipeg, 85 kilometers. Which vegetables do you think are fresher? Peak of the market, the vegetables less traveled, and that's a good thing.
The Goldeyes Field of Dreams Foundation supports children's charities in Manitoba. I'm Tony Fletcher, Foundation President, urging you to get involved with the Fillmore Riley Case for Kids program by pledging a dollar amount per Goldeyes strikeout. Or show your support by picking up a Goldeyes license plate from your local AutoPack dealer. The foundation receives $30 from each one sold. Thanks to you, the Field of Dreams Foundation has donated more than $1.6 million to children's charities since 1995.
It's a quiet evening at the lake. You can hear the birds singing before bed. The gentle waves. It doesn't get any better than this. Unless you add Archangel Fireworks to your night. Having a birthday? Amp it up with fireworks. Family reunion? Nothing says we missed you like a crackling peony exploding in the sky. Typical Wednesday? You guessed it. You need Archangel Fireworks. 104 Pembina Highway.
And now, back to Winnipeg Goldeyes baseball on Jewel 101.
Winnipeg Goldeyes baseball is brought to you by MTS. Get unlimited internet in Manitoba on all your devices only with MTS. Bottom of the 4th of a 7-inning game. Taylor Sewitt helped himself out with first and second, 1 away. Joey Becker, line 1 back towards Sewitt's midsection. It found the webbing of his glove, and he turned it into an easy double play at first to help the Goldeyes get out of further trouble. Casey Harther leads off against Jeff Shields, and he takes a fastball low and inside, 1 ball and no strikes. Several transactions around the league. The Amarillo Sox signed outfielder Geraldo Valentin. A 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss at a fastball, 1 ball and 1 strike. The Laredo Lemurs picked up outfielder Byron Wiley, who was having a good year for the Kansas City T-Bones, but Wiley the odd man out when Kansas City signed Ray Saller, acquiring him from the Goldeyes last week. A 1-1 pitch, check swing, tap towards short, charging in front is Becker. Becker fields, he throws to first in time to get harder, and there's 1 away to start the bottom half of the 4th inning. The Gary South Shore Railcats let go of rookie infielder Adam Humes, and the Sioux City Explorers placed right-hand pitcher Greg Holt on the disabled list. They have signed right-hand pitcher Kyle Allen. Trades and transactions brought to you by Prairie Safety Servicing. Bounces like rubber, wears like a rock. Prairie Safety Servicing, your authorized rubber rock dealer for Manitoba. Visit them at prairiesafetyservicing.com. 1 out and nobody on for Jake Blackwood. Blackwood was robbed his first time up by Jared McDonald in center field. He takes a fastball outside and low from Jeff Shields. The count 1 ball and no strikes. With Casey Arthur in second and 2 outs, Blackwood lifted one at deep center. Swinging a chopper to the left side. It's a foul ball, and it's now 1 ball and 1 strike. McDonald for a second and almost lucky he might have misjudged the ball, but he was in the general vicinity and decided to jump almost straight into the air. Caught it with the momentum of the ball, whipping his arm back over the left shoulder. Hit the ground, and he held on for the final out. Swinging a line drive to center field. McDonald back, has this one lined up in a more conventional manner, makes the catch. And Blackwood, despite 2 hard-hit balls to center field, is retired for a second time tonight. 2-0 Saints, bottom of the 4th. Donnie Webb is now stepping up. Webb is 0 for 1. He struck out swinging on an 8-pitch at bat in the bottom half of the 2nd. A switch hitter from the left side. Webb face shield several times last season when Donnie was playing for the Can-Am League's Rockland Boulders, having an MVP caliber year, and Shields was pitching for Les Aigles de Trois-Rivières. Swinging a bouncer foul off his back foot. Donnie in a little bit of pain. He'll try and shake it off, and the count is 0-1 in the Goldeyes left fielder. Saints scratched out a 2-out run in the 3rd. They got an RBI double from Angelo Sanco in the top of the 4th. They threatened for more. Taylor Suet turned the nifty double play. The line is now closed on Gabe Aguilar. 2 earned runs on 3 hits, 1 walk and 2 strikeouts over 3 1/3 innings. He threw 48 pitches and once again did a good job in the spot start. So Webb is still feeling the effects of that foul ball off his foot, and he steps back in from the left side of the plate against the 24-year-old right-hander Jeff Shields. Off the first base side of the rubber is the 0-1 pitch. Line drive down the right field line, over the reach of the leaping Sanco, a base hit. Webb is around first, he's on his way to second. Bigley's got it, he turns and fires, and Webb gets to second base standing up. That was a lightning quick swing by Donnie Webb. He turns on a fastball in, and Donnie Webb safe at second with a double. It gives the Goldeyes a chance here with 2 outs to at least cut the lead in half. Reggie Abercrombie grounds it out to first in the bottom of the 2nd. Could cut the lead in half with a single. He could tie in with a home run. Abercrombie leads the Goldeyes with 11 homers this year, tied for 7th in the American Association. He won the game Sunday against the Railcats with a 2-run shot on the bottom of the 11th, his 2nd walk-off homer of the year. The first pitch, swinging a high fly ball foul to the right. No balls and 1 strike. During his time in the Diamondbacks organization, Shields reached the High A California League. That was in 2012 with the Visalia Oaks. He made 4 starts. His best year in affiliated ball, that came in his rookie pro season in 2010 in the Rookie Pioneer League. The 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss at a fastball low, and it's no balls and 2 strikes. For the Missoula Osprey in the Pioneer League, Shields had an ERA of 3.78 in 12 appearances, all in relief. But he has been a starting pitcher most of his career, entering tonight 84 professional appearances, 64 of them as a starter. Donnie Webb, great speed on 2nd and 2 outs. Here's the set and the 0-2 pitch. Swinging a line drive, and it's caught by a leaping Becker, and the inning is over. The St. Paul Saints continue to make huge defensive plays Abercrombie lined one as short. Becker left his feet, reached over his head, and took away what would have been an RBI single. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left on base. End of 4 in a 7-inning game. The Saints lead 2-0 on Jewel 101.
Summer in Manitoba sizzles all over the place, from our great beaches to our great ballpark, and especially at Goldeyes Grill, where they sizzle up some of the best hot dogs you've ever tasted. Diamond Dogs, the official hot dog of the Goldeyes, custom made by Winkler Meats. Diamond Dogs are naturally smoked, gluten and allergen-free, and made with quality ingredients that deliver full flavor every bite. Try them in the game or pick them up at your local grocer. Diamond Dogs from Winkler Meats. Product quality is their tradition.
This is Goldeyes Baseball on 100.7 CFJL. Jewel 101, Winnipeg.
Nice day. Want a drink?
Yeah, sure. Pass me a Pepsi. Whoa. Do you hear that? Open your Pepsi.
Whoa. That was awesome.
Hit it out of the park this summer with the cool, refreshing taste of Pepsi. Pepsi, live for now.
Is your car clean on the inside but dirty on the outside? No problem. Get an exterior washed at the Chamois for only $8.92. And remember, July is Kidney Month at the Chamois. The Chamois Car Wash and Detail Centers are once again helping to raise money and awareness for the Kidney Foundation through their Buy a Bean promotion. Buy a bean and receive a free luster shield treatment. No appointment necessary. Come into any of the 3 Chamois locations today: Waverly, Reinders, or St. James.
And now, back to Winnipeg Goldeyes Baseball on Jewel 101.
Top of the 5th inning here at Shaw Park, 2-0 in favor of the St. Paul Saints. Winnipeg almost scratched out a 2-out run. Donnie Webb doubled with 2 outs down the right field line, and then Reggie Abercrombie had a rising liner toward short, and shades of Adam Frost. In a 2011 Division Series, Joey Becker made a leaping grab to rob Abercrombie of a hit. Taylor Sewitt delivers to Jared McDonald, who pops one up right side of the infield. Coming on is the third baseman, Jake Blackwood, who cuts across the diamond, and Blackwood makes the catch just in front of the first base line. So a 1-pitch out, McDonald retired, and that'll bring up Dwight Childs 0 for 1. He had a deep fly ball to left that was caught by Donnie Webb. These two teams matched up in 2011. The Goldeyes that year won a franchise record 60 games. The Saints snuck into the playoffs in the final day of the season as the wild card. And the series, really one of the best postseason series in league history. It went down to the wire, a 5th game at Midway Stadium. And the Goldeyes, who would eventually lose by a single run, they had an opportunity, if you remember, in the middle innings to really break it open. And Adam Frost, with men in scoring position, made a leaping catch to take away a base hit and keep the game tied. Childs, a right-hand batter, first pitch on the way. Sinker into the knees for a strike, 0-1. Sewitt took over for Gabe Aguilar in the top half of the 4th. And you can't stress enough, these are 7-inning contests. We're in the top of the 5th, but it's like being in the top of the 7th of a 9-inning game. The 0-1. Slider taken outside, and the count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Today's trivia question for Game 2 is brought to you by the Place Louis Riel Suite Hotel in downtown Winnipeg. Place Louis Riel, specializing in spacious executive suites. Hit in the air, pretty deep left, cutting towards the line as Webb, still moving over, reaches, makes the catch in fair ground. Great running play by Donnie Webb, and a long ways to go. A slider left over the plate. Childs hit it hard down the left field line, but Webb covers a ton of ground, able to make that play, and it's quickly 2 outs and nobody on. Well, in Game 1, our question was, who is the Saints franchise leader in home runs? The answer is Ole Sheldon, who is their new hitting and third base coach. For Game 2, our question is, whose record did Ole Sheldon break for the Saints franchise lead in home runs? Who is the previous Saints leader in that category prior to Ole Sheldon? First pitch to Devin Tout. It's a sinker taken down low, and the count 1 ball and no strikes. Call the Jewel 101 studio at 204-943-5250 with your answer for a chance to win a pair of tickets to an upcoming Goldeyes game. The 1-0 pitch, line drive the other way, base hit in a shallow left field. Devin Tout singles the other way. He's now 2 for 3, and he's having a heck of a doubleheader. Tout is now 4 for 7 in the 2 games with 3 runs batted in, and it prevents Taylor Sewitt from getting a 1-2-3 inning. We'll have the correct answer later tonight. When Ole Sheldon became the Saints franchise leader in home runs, whose record did he break? Sam Moss stepping to the plate now 0 for 2. He has popped to second and bounced into a fielder's choice. The Goldeyes trail 2-0. We're in the top half of the 5th. Nightcap of this doubleheader. Saints are trying to climb within 3.5 games of first place. Sewitt from the belt. And the pitch. Fastball just a bit low and outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Saints with single runs in the 3rd and 4th. Jeff Shields has looked impressive on the mound. He's gotten some clutch defensive plays behind him. 2 just wild catches by Jared McDonald in center, and a great play by Becker that ended the bottom half of the 4th. Runner on 1st and 2 outs. Tout getting an average lead at first base. Sewitt from the stretch. Sinker taken just inside, and it's 2-0. Tomorrow afternoon at 12 o'clock, this series will wrap up, and it will mark the 11th consecutive game at home for the Winnipeg Goldeyes. Ethan Hollingsworth will face right-hander Robert Coe. 2-0 the count on Moss. He came into the doubleheader hitting .333. The 2-0 pitch. Swinging a high chopper up the middle. Kuhn backs off. He's got it. Flips to second in time to force out Tout. And the inning is over. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 runner left on base. Middle of the 5th here at Shaw Park. 2-0 St. Paul on Jewel 101.
Great golf is just minutes away at Bell Acres Golf and Country Club. Golf 9 or 18 holes on one of the finest championship-style courses in Manitoba. And don't forget to ask about their seasonal memberships. But there's more than just great golf at Bell Acres. Book your next event in their fantastic banquet room. With a friendly staff, fantastic view, and room for up to 220 people. It's perfect for weddings, corporate events, and tournaments. Discover great golf and more at Bell Acres Golf and Country Club. Just 20 minutes from downtown Winnipeg. Visit bellacres.com.
Watching the game is something to enjoy. But remember, drinking any alcohol and driving don't mix. Drinking and driving puts you and others in danger. Your best bet is a designated driver who has had no alcohol. Enjoy the game, but whatever you do, don't drink and drive. To keep Manitobans safe behind the wheel, police are increasing enforcement near you. Watch for them. A message from Manitoba Public Insurance.
You know, shopping for new clothes really shouldn't lead to an existential crisis.
Why? Just why?
Find your fit at Sargent Blue Jeans. Choose from your favorite brands like Silver, Levi's, Buffalo, and Dickies. Sargent Blue Jeans carries specialty and hard-to-find sizing with on-site alterations while you wait. You don't have to settle for good enough when you can get the perfect fit. For the best in casual and work clothes, hit a home run with Sargent Blue Jeans, located on the corner of Sargent and Valor.
And now, back to Winnipeg Goldeyes baseball on Jewel 101.
Bottom of the 5th inning at Shaw Park, 2-0 in favor of the St. Paul Saints. We have a quick winner for tonight's trivia question, brought to you by the Place Louis Riel Suite Hotel. Congratulations to Angie Busby of Wolseley, who knew that Brent Krause, one of the best players ever in the American Association. Well, the Saints franchise record in home runs prior to that record being broken by Ole Sheldon, the Saints' current hitting and third base coach. Josh Mazzola leads off against Jeff Shields, bottom of the 5th. And the first pitch is a fastball in the outside corner. It's no balls and 1 strike. Mazzola, Allen, and Kimmel 7, 8, and 9 to up. Shields trying to get 3 more outs to qualify for a win. The Saints have a 2-0 lead. The 0-1 pitch, and that fastball misses just a bit high and inside. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. The Goldeyes have the 3-game series this weekend in Kansas City. It's back home for 3 against the Redhawks. Swinging a line shot to short, just over the reach of Becker. A base hit to left center field. Mazzola holds at first with a line drive single to left center. Joey Becker almost did it again. This one missed his glove by about 6 inches. And the Goldeyes have the leadoff man on. So that'll bring up Luis Allen to represent the tying run at the plate. The Goldeyes will have next Thursday off. Then it's to Gary Salshore for a 3-game series. Their only visit of the year to U.S. Steelyard. And at least some of the Goldeyes, 6, will be back here for the All-Star game and the festivities July 28th and 29th. And then following the All-Star break, the Goldeyes will pick things back up on the road, Sioux Falls and Sioux City. Allen grounds one towards third. It's scooped up by Tout, goes to second for 1. Moss to first, double play, and there's 2 men down. Josh Mazzola with a good attempt on the takeout slide. Up and it's Sam Moss over at second base, but you credit the rookie Moss, who was able to finish off the throw. A 5-4-3 double play, and it's 2 outs and nobody on. So that'll bring up Sam Kimmel. Kimmel 0 for 1. He flied out to left field his first time up. 2 runs, 4 hits, and no errors for the Saints. No runs, 5 hits, and no errors for the Winnipeg Goldeyes. Sam Kimmel, a left-hand bat. He's looked good at the plate in his first handful of games in signing with the Goldeyes yesterday. Here's the first pitch. Fastball that's on the outside corner at the knees, and the count is 0-1. Well, congratulations to Angie Busby of Wolseley. You've won a pair of tickets to an upcoming Goldeyes game. Expect a call from the Goldeyes office sometime this week. Change up high and away, and the count goes to 1-1. Sam Kimmel in his 4th year of professional baseball. In the American Association, Kimmel with LS1 status, swinging a ground ball foul to the right side, and it goes to 1-2. That's a step above being classified as a rookie in the league. And spent the first 3+ years of his career in the Baltimore Orioles organization. Was drafted, we mentioned, in the 18th round by the Orioles out of Stetson University in 2012. He was also drafted the year before. 1-2 pitch, fastball low and outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. He was a 35th round pick by the Reds in 2011. Out of Indian River Community College, also in his home state of Florida, but he opted to play the 1 year at Stetson. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and a changeup down low for strike 3. Second strikeout for Jeff Shields. No runs, 1 hit, and no one left on. Into 5 at Shaw Park. It's 2-0 Saints on Jewel 101.
Year after year, after year after year, after year after year, after year after year. For 7 consecutive years, Johnson Waste Management, with a reputation for business excellence, has been recognized as the best waste management services provider in Winnipeg. Johnson Waste Management, doing our best to be the very best year after year after year after year.
The Stars are coming to Shaw Park this summer as the Winnipeg Goldeyes host the first ever 2-day American Association All-Star celebrations. July 28th and 29th, catch all the action. Skills competition, home run derby.
Georgia will face 3, 4, and 5. Evan Bigley, Henry Wrigley, and Angelo Sacco. Cephas Howard, according to the first out on the top of the 7th last night, he had given up the leadoff single before recording a strikeout. And then Chris Kissick was brought in. The Saints would go on to win that ball game 4-3, scoring 4 times in the top half of the 7th. So Howard will appear for a 3rd time in 4 calendar days as a member of the Goldeyes. He was acquired from the Amarillo Sox in exchange for cash in time for Sunday's game against the Railcats, and he ended up the winning pitcher. He got the final out of the top of the 11th, needing 2 pitches, and then Reggie Abercrombie won it in the bottom half with a walk-off home run. Evan Bigley 0 for 1 with a walk, a stolen base, and a run scored tonight. The steal for Evan Bigley is 10th of the year. He has more than half of the Saints steals as a team. A right-hand batter in the first pitch. Cutter taken on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. This pitching change is brought to you by Johnson Waste Management. Call 452-0909. Howard takes over for Taylor Suet. He goes an inning and 2/3 scoreless. 1 hit, 1 walk, and no strikeouts. The 0-1 pitch. Wrigley, a right-handed batter, stands in at 6'4", 220 pounds, and honestly, he looks a little bit taller than 6'4". Has had a great year in terms of power, 12 homers entering today. Tied for 3rd in the American Association. Howard from the stretch. Slider taken outside, and the count is 1 ball and no strikes. Travis Denker of the Laredo Lemurs leads the league with 20 home runs. He had 2 more last night. He has 20 homers in 54 games, which puts him on pace for 37. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swinging a line drive to left center field. This ball is going to get down for a base hit. Abercrombie cuts it off. Wrigley makes the turn and holds up with a single to left center field. A runner on first and 1 man down. 37 home runs would crush the American Association single season record, which was set just last year. That was 30 done by C.J. Ziegler of Wichita. And that was a decent ways in front of the record before that. Brandon Singh had 27 homers as a teammate of Reggie Abercrombie's in 2010, playing for the Sioux Falls Pheasants. But Denker, the rate he's going, he might break the record halfway through the month of August. Angelo Sacco 1 for 2. Here's the first pitch. Fastball taken high. It's 1 ball and 0 strikes. Cephas Howard, a former Los Angeles Angels farmhand, and he's been around several independent teams over the last few years. 2 runs, 5 hits, and no errors for the St. Paul Saints. No runs, 5 hits, and no errors for the Winnipeg Goldeyes. Wrigley, not a whole lot of speed. He's got a decent lead, though, at first. The pitch, fastball, that's a strike on the outside corner. 1-1 on Angelo Sacco. After he doubled down the right field line, a drive and a run in the 4th. Gabe Aguilar was relieved by Taylor Sewitt. Sewitt would walk the first batter. He faced Joe Bonfi, but he got Joey Becker to line into a double play that ended the inning. The 1-1 pitch. Fastball taken high and outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Howard, a career 3.89 ERA. He played his college baseball at the University of South Carolina at Aiken. He was a catcher during his collegiate career. The Angels liked his arm so much they turned him into a pitcher. And he has had a very strong career, averaging more than a strikeout per inning. Runner goes off first. The 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss. And Allen will not make a throw to second base. So Henry Wrigley is safe at second. His first steal, his first attempt of 2014. Now a 2-2 count on Angelo Sacco. Wrigley got a good jump taking off. Luis Allen's going to go out to have a talk with Cephas Howard. Joe Bonfi, a right-hand batter, waiting on deck. Difference in this game, a 2-out bloop RBI single from Devin Dowd in the 3rd and the RBI double from Angelo Sacco in the 4th inning. Outfield straight away and a couple steps deep in Sacco, who has hit 8 home runs this year. Howard works off the first base side of the rubber. Allen flashes out the sign. Now the right-hander brings the hands below the belt. A check on second. And the 2-2 pitch. Cutter hit foul the other way. Came off the hands. And it's still 2 balls and 2 strikes. Goldeyes this week is brought to you by Boston Pizza. After the game, you can have any of our more than 100 delicious Boston Pizza menu items delivered to your door. Call 925-4111 or do some finger cooking at bostonpizza.com. Right-hand pitcher, left-hand batter. 2-2 on Sacco, the first baseman. Wrigley getting a big lead at second base. And time called for at the plate. Sacco will step out of the box. The Goldeyes finish up this homestand tomorrow at noon against the St. Paul Saints. They're on the road this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday against the T-Bones, and then they come back without a travel day and host the Red Hawks for 3 games beginning Monday night. The 2-2 pitch, check swing. Did he go around? Appeal at third, and he went around for strike 3. Lance Schoenwald, the third base umpire, rings up Angelo Sacco. Big second out for Cephas Howard. That'll bring up Joe Bonfi. Sacco thought he held in time. Wrigley, the runner on second with 2 outs. Joe Bonfi 0 for 1. He was called out on strikes in the second, then drew a walk in the 4th. 5, 9, 14, 16, and $20 tickets for all Goldeyes games are on sale now through Ticketmaster by calling 1-855-GOLDEYE, visiting Ticketmaster.ca, or visiting any Ticketmaster location, including the box office at Shaw Park. 2-0 St. Paul, top of the 6th. Howard from the stretch. The first pitch to Bonfi. Fastball down low. 1 ball and no strikes. Goldeyes will host the All-Star celebrations Monday, July 28th and Tuesday, July 29th. The Goldeyes, as they have had in the month of July, they'll have a lot of home games to finish up the season in August and early September. The 1-0 pitch. Slider taken outside and low. It's now 2-0 on Joe Bonfi. Joey Becker, another right-hand batter, waiting on deck. The Goldeyes, without the All-Star break in between, will end up playing 11 straight on the road, beginning with the series at the end of this month against the Railcats. Then it's 4 in Sioux Falls and 4 in Sioux City. And back home for 7 against Wichita and St. Paul. Howard's 2-0 pitch. Outside and low with a fastball, and it's now 3 balls and no strikes. The Goldeyes will play Sioux Falls again for a quick 3-game series in the middle of August. And they will come home for another 7-game homestand. The Can-Am League's New Jersey Jackals will be in town for 3. And the Sioux Falls Canaries for 4. Luis Allen throws up 4 fingers. The last ball will be intentional here to Joe Bonfi. So the Goldeyes opt to put him on base and bring up the right-hand batting Joey Becker with a fresh count. This will also put a force on the infield for Winnipeg. So 3 out of 4 weekends in the month of August, the Goldeyes will take on the Canaries, who they've had a rough year, entering today 21-36, the second lowest win percentage in the league. And Winnipeg, hopefully they'll be able to take advantage of that during the final month. Goldeyes have the last 3 games ever at Midway Stadium. And then they finish the year at home 4 against the Railcats. Slider taken low and outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Joey Becker is at the plate, 0 for 2 in this game. He flied to center field in the 3rd. And then with 1st and 2nd and 1 out in the 4th, he roped one towards the mound. It lined into the glove of Taylor Suet, and then Suet threw to first base to double off Joe Bonfi and end the inning. 1-0 on Joey Becker. Crowds the plate from the right side. Howard is ready. He checks on second. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Fastball taken high and inside for ball 2. 2 runs, 5 hits, and no errors for the Saints. No runs, 5 hits, and no errors for the Winnipeg Goldeyes. Following the Saints' victory in the opener of this doubleheader, the Goldeyes are now 15-12 at home. The Saints are now 14-13 on the road this season. Entering today, the Saints were just a game back of the Laredo Lemurs in the wild card race. They are now within 4.5 games of the Goldeyes in the North Division. The 2-0 pitch. Fastball high and away, 3 balls and no strikes. Jared McDonald, who has had a very good doubleheader, is waiting on deck. Allen and look Bonfi back towards first, thought about throwing behind him. Bonfi getting a big secondary lead as the trail runner. Jamie Vermillion, the Goldeyes pitching coach, is going to go out to the mound to have a talk here with Cephas Howard. Jeff Shields on the other side for the Saints has pitched well. Goldeyes have hit some hard balls against him, but he's been helped out by some big defensive plays with runners on base. And has worked 5 shutout innings, striking out 2 and not issuing a walk. It was a quick conversation. Vermillion is headed back to the Goldeyes dugout on the third base side at Shaw Park. On second base is Henry Wrigley. Joe Bonfi, the runner, on first. 2 men down here in the top of the 6th inning of a 7-inning game. Howard comes set. Here's the 3-0 pitch, and it's a fastball, just low, ball 4. That was right down the middle, and Howard did not get the call from Darius Ghani. So this is an unintentional walk, and that's going to load the bases with 2 men down for Jared McDonald. A big matchup here. Howard trying to keep the Goldeyes within a couple of runs. McDonald in this game is 1 for 2 after going 1 for 2 with a double, a walk, and 2 runs scored in game 1. McDonald had a 1-out single to center in the 3rd, stole second, went to 3rd in a wild pitch, and he scored on the 2-out bloop single to left from Devin Tout, the 3rd baseman. Righty to lefty, the first pitch. Fastball on the outside corner, 0-1. Big first pitch to get ahead, no balls and a strike. Cephas Howard in 2009 was the Northern League's Rookie Pitcher of the Year at an ERA of 1.71 for the Schaumburg Flyers. Now home of the Schaumburg Boomers, a Frontier League franchise. The 0-1. Fastball just outside, almost the same location, and the count goes to 1-1. Henry Wrigley is on third base. Joe Bonfi is on second. Joey Becker is on first with 2 men down. Now Howard comes set, first base side of the rubber. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swinging a ground ball towards the hole. Tough play. Bond dives, can't get it. Base hit through to right. Wrigley scores. Bonfi will score. Throw to third base on Becker. And Becker is out at third base to end the inning. A 2-out, 2-run single, though, through the right side for Jared McDonald. And the Saints have stretched the lead to 4-0. In the 6th, the Saints get 2 runs. There were 2 hits and 2 left on base. Middle of the 6th at Shaw Park. 4-0 St. Paul and Jewel 101.
Boys never outgrow their need for toys. The toys just get bigger. Metro Center, Winnipeg store for all things trailer, can help you take your toys anywhere you want to go. Trailers, parts, hitches, Metro Center has it all. Plus, you'll earn Air Miles reward miles with every purchase. Over 4,000 square feet of trailer parts, truck accessories, online ordering, knowledgeable staff, trailer service. Everything you need to haul your toys is at your Winnipeg trailer store. Metro Center, 620 Nairn. Visit metrotrailers.ca.
Luxury, convenience, comfort. Have it all with Premier Executive Suites. For business travelers who are always on the move, Premier Executive Suites is your home away from home. You can relax in your comfortable living room, grab a midnight snack in your complete kitchen, and do that last-minute load of laundry with your handy in-suite washer and dryer. Book your extended stay in Winnipeg with Premier Executive Suites. Visit premiersuites.com to make your booking today. Take more of your life with you with Premier Executive Suites.
Hi, this is Ivan Saper, owner of Saper Agencies. We offer personal, business, automobile, and travel health insurance. But it's how we sell that makes us different. We strive to remain on the cutting edge of technology and product innovations. We promise you quick, efficient, and effective solutions and 100% satisfaction. See us today, and we'll find you the right solution at the right price. Remember, your best insurance policy is our experience.
Saper Agencies, 2188 McPhillips. Call 694-6787.
And now, back to Winnipeg Goldeyes baseball on Jewel 101.
4-0 in favor of the St. Paul Saints. Goldeyes are down to their final 6 outs, in danger of getting swept in this doubleheader by St. Paul. The Saints got a couple more 2-out runs. Jared McDonald, who has done it all in this doubleheader, offensively and defensively, with the bases loaded and 2 outs. He had a seeing-eyed single through the right side. And driving Henry Wrigley and Joe Bonfie. Joey Becker was thrown out at third to win the inning, but the 2 runs count, and Winnipeg down by a 4 spot. And they have the top of the order coming up against Jeff Shields to try and get some offense on the board. Goldeyes have scored 2 runs in the doubleheader. Fastball high and away, 1 ball and no strikes. And both of those coming in the bottom half of the second in game 1. Saints pitching since then has now combined on 11 consecutive shutout innings. Fastball taken just low and inside, 2 balls and no strikes. Tyler Kuhn followed by Brock Bond and Casey Harther. The 2-0 pitch. High fly ball in the air to center field. Deep and playable for McDonald, drifting back in front of the warning track, makes the catch. And there's 1 man down in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Brock Bond will step to the plate. Bond 1 out of 2. He singled through the left side in the first, was caught stealing. Then in the third, he lined one to center, and McDonald made a diving catch to his left, having already robbed Jake Blackwood in the inning. Bond, a switch hitter from the left side. Jeff Shields with a very low pitch count. He is still under 70 for the night. Fastball, that's taken at the knees, 88 miles an hour. The 2-seam fastball from Jeff Shields. 0-1 the count on Brock Bond. The 0-1 pitch. Line drive the other way. Coming on is Bonfie, and Bonfie makes the catch for the 2nd out. Brock Bond, a good opposite field swing, but Bonfie was cheating a bit shallow. He was able to come in and make the play. It's 2 outs, nobody on now for Casey Harther. Harther 1 for 2. He doubled off the glove of Devin Tout on a tough ground ball along the line in the first, and then grounded out to shortstop in the 4th inning. Harther, a right-hand batter, holds the bat high. They'll wind up from the righty and the first pitch. Fastball down low. They count 1 ball and no strikes. 4 runs on 6 hits and no errors for the St. Paul Saints. No runs on 5 hits and no errors for the Goldeyes. Fastball, that catches the outside corner, 1-1. Jeff Shields in his professional career, he has 4 complete games, and they all came last season. Swinging a ground ball to third, picked up by Tout. Throws across to first in time to get Harther, and the Goldeyes are down 1-2-3. No runs, no hits, and nobody left on base. End of 6 and a 7-inning game here at Shaw Park. It's 4-0 St. Paul and Jewel 101.
Summer barbecues on the patio. They're all fun and games until someone slips and drops an entire plate of steaks.
No!
Prairie Safety Surfacing can help keep your family and steaks safe all year round with Rubber Rock, the original rubber safety surfacing in North America since 1983. Prairie Safety Surfacing mix and pour Rubber Rock on site to create a seamless, non-skid finish on your patio, driveway, pool deck, and more. Trust the original Rubber Rock. Bounces like rubber, wears like rock. Learn more at prairiesafetysurfacing.com.
There's no feeling like escaping to the lake and catching a few fish. And Pro-Am Tackle has everything to make a fishing trip perfect. Rods, reels, tackle, trolling motors, even live tackle year-round and much more. Plus the guys at Pro-Am Tackle are local, know their stuff, and the best fishing spots. Oh, hold on. Hello? Jim? That you waving from the canoe down the lake? Let me send you a selfie with the fish I just caught. I loves me some nature.
Pro-Am Tackle, 1094 Nairn, or follow them on Facebook and Instagram.
I'm off to the UPS store.
We don't need anything shipped.
Well, I'm getting our office printing and brochures made up, and I need some name badges and these pages laminated for our training class tomorrow.
At the UPS store?
Yeah, they do everything.
No, really, what are you shipping?
Copy, print, ship, and more at the UPS store. With their digital and wide format printing services as well as in-house graphic design services, they've got all your business needs covered. Big or small, they do it all at the UPS store.
And now, back to Winnipeg Goldeyes baseball on Jewel 101.
Goldeyes.com. Top of the 7th inning at Shaw Park, 4-0 in favor of the St. Paul Saints, who are trying to sweep this doubleheader from the Winnipeg Goldeyes. New pitcher in the game for Winnipeg. The rookie left-hander Taylor Bratton takes over for Cephas Howard. Bratton makes his 3rd professional appearance. So far, 2 1/3 scoreless, 2 hits, 1 walk, and no strikeouts. Cephas Howard through the top of the 6th. 1 inning, he allowed 2 earned runs, 2 hits, 2 walks, 1 strikeout. He threw 21 pitches. Right now, Gabe Aguilar is on the hook. And with Jeff Shields having thrown just 74 pitches in 6 shutouts, Shields, it appears he will get a chance at a complete game victory. 9-1-2 up for the Saints. Dwight Childs, Devin Tout, and Sam Moss against the left-hander Taylor Bratton. Joined the Goldeyes when they were in Quebec on the Can-Am League trip. Bratton, 6'2", 190 pounds, a 23-year-old lefty from Oakville, Ontario. The first pitch, fastball taken high and outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Bratton, the 4th pitcher used by the Goldeyes, who used a series of relievers in the nightcap of this doubleheader. Hit in the air, foul the other way, and the count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Aguilar, Suet, Howard, and now Taylor Bratton. He made his pro debut in Trois-Rivières, and then worked in the series last week against the Sioux City Explorers on Wednesday night. He threw 2 scoreless in the 9-2 loss against the Explorers. 1-1 on Dwight Childs. He's flied out twice to deep left field tonight. The pitch, high pop-up, right side on the foul ground, might be playable. Harther over by the Saints dugout, reaches, makes the catch. Nice play by Casey Harther, and there's 1 away in the top half of the 7th inning. Back to the top of the order for Devin Tout. Tout is 2 for 3 with an RBI single. He had another single in the 5th and struck out swinging leading off tonight's game. Saints had single runs in the 3rd and 4th, and they got the big 2-run single from Jared McDonald on a ground ball in the 6th. 3 of their 4 runs in this ball game have been scored with 2 men down. The first pitch by Bratton, fastball low and outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Saints have a couple of real nice finds here at the top of their lineup. Devin Tout, the 3rd baseman, and Sam Moss, their rookie 2nd baseman. Both have rookie status in the American Association. Fastball on the outside corner, and the count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Moss, a true rookie who just finished up his college career this past season. Tout, a classified rookie who played for a couple of independent teams last year. The 1-1 pitch, slider just outside. Not a bad pitch by Taylor Bratton, and the count is now 2 balls and 1 strike. Bratton played his college baseball at the University of West Alabama, just finished up this past spring. He had a 2.92 ERA. Swung and bounced foul off his back foot. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bratton made 13 starts at West Alabama, going 4-4. He struck out 50 and walked only 14 in 89 1/3 innings. 4-0 St. Paul. We're in the top of the 7th. This is a 7-inning game. In the bottom half, the Goldeyes will send up Blackwood, Webb, and Abercrombie 4, 5, and 6. And they will need at least 4 runs to tie the game. The 2-2 pitch, ground ball the other way. Tyler Kuhn slides, backhands, gets up. He throws to first in time to get Tout. Great play by Tyler Kuhn sliding into the hole. And there's 2 away here in the 7th inning. Kuhn has really perfected that play over the last month or so. We talked with Tyler yesterday in between games of the doubleheader. And he said that during spring training, having not played shortstop on a regular basis for quite some time, he was a little bit behind the pace, but very quickly, Kuhn has emerged as one of the best defensive shortstops in the American Association. 2 outs and nobody on for Sam Moss. He's 0 for 3. He takes a changeup low and outside from Taylor Bratton. It's 1 ball and 0 strikes. Moss has popped to second, and he has hit it to 2 inning-ending fielder's choices. Bratton's 1-0 pitch. Fastball high and away for ball 2. 86 miles an hour on the radar gun at Shaw Park. Mentioned that Jeff Shields with 4 career complete games. They all came last year with Trois Riviere. One of them was a complete game shutout. The 2-0 pitch. Fastball taken high and away. 3-0 now on Sam Moss. Evan Bigley, the right fielder, waiting on deck. If the Saints hang on to win, the Goldeyes will have a try and win tomorrow afternoon at 12 with Ethan Hollingsworth on the mound. The 3-0 pitch, and it's just a bit low ball forward. A 2-out 4-pitch walk to Sam Moss, and that'll give Evan Bigley a shot. Bigley 0 for 2, a walk, a stolen base, and a run scored. He's grounded a short and also flied out to center field. Yeah, the Saints were to hold out here, but if the Goldeyes bounced back tomorrow afternoon and won, then Winnipeg would still have a 4.5 game lead over St. Paul following this long 5-game series. From the stretch, Bratton throws a fastball just inside, 1 ball and 0 strikes. Yeah, the Saints were to win this one and tomorrow, they'd be within just 2.5 games of first. And all of a sudden, what was once a 9 or 10 game lead over the entire division would turn into a real heated race here going into the final 6 or so weeks. The 1-0 pitch, fastball taken high and outside, 2 balls and no strikes on Evan Bigley. Luis Salon's going to go out to the mound, have a talk here with Taylor Bratton, the 23-year-old rookie, after 6 straight out of the zone. 4-0 in favor of the Saints in the top half of the 7th. Evan Bigley, Henry Wrigley, Anthony Claggett, who the Goldeyes will not face in this series, and closer Dan Sadler, who we saw last night, will be the 4 St. Paul Saints All-Stars for the North. It will be a great event. 2 days beginning with the All-Star Fan Fest here at Shaw Park, which leads into the skills competitions. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Ground ball out towards second base. 2 outs fielded by Bottle. Flip it to Tyler Kuhn, and that ends the top half of the 7th inning. No runs, no hits, and nobody left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th. Last chance for the Goldeyes in the nightcap of our doubleheader. It's 4-0 St. Paul on Jewel 101.
Salisbury House has hit a home run with the introduction of their new premium fresh cut fries by Cavendish. Available at all 7 Salisbury House family and 7 Sal's Express restaurants and Shaw Park too. They will remind you of the taste and quality when Mom made them at home. So swing into Sal's for their new fresh cut fries on every platter. Ask about Goldeyes vouchers redeemable for free tickets to Goldeyes home games. Compliments of Salisbury House. Your house, your food, your way.
Hey, you're looking red and shiny today.
It's just the burger sweats, babe.
That's not normal.
Nah, it's cool. I read the nutrition fact things like you said. I've got enough sodium for like 3 days.
It's easy to make the healthy choice at Jugo Juice. Jugo Juice smoothies are made with real fruit and veggies, 100% fruit juice with no added sugar, and no sorbet fillers or purees. So whatever you order, it's loaded with the good stuff. Stop by Jugo Juice at Shaw Park or Polo Park.
At MTS, we know there are lots of things that can keep you awake at night. But worrying about internet overage charges shouldn't be one of them. With MTS, you get unlimited internet on all our personal plans. So you never have to think about how much data you're using and how much it's going to cost you. Surf, download, and stream all you want for as low as $20 a month for the first 3 months and rest easy. Conditions apply. Visit your nearest MTS Connect store for details.
And now, back to Winnipeg Goldeyes baseball on Jewel 101.
Last chance for the Winnipeg Goldeyes, down 4-0 in the bottom half of the 7th. Jeff Shields will bid for his 5th career complete game and his 2nd career complete game shutout. Over his last 4 starts, including tonight, Shields has an ERA now of just 0.67 in a span of 27 innings. Shields, his lone complete game shutout, it was a 9-inning one. That came last year as a member of Trois Riviere over the Newark Bears. First pitch on the way to Jake Black with a fastball low and inside. And the count 1 ball and no strikes. It was a 6-hit shutout June 29th, so a little over a year ago while pitching in the Can-Am League. 1-0 pitch. Fastball on the inside corner, 1-1. This would be a 7-inning effort and the 5th complete game for Jeff Shields. The 4 that he had last year were second most in the Can-Am League. Righty against righty, Blackwood 0 for 2. Swinging a looper down the right field line. That slices foul. It's now 1-2 strike. Jake has hit the ball extremely hard twice. He got robbed by Jared McDonald in the first, then lined out hard to McDonald in the 4th inning. Saints a run in the 3rd, a run in the 4th, and 2 in the 6th. Just in case, George Samus has a righty warming up inside of the bullpen. 1-2 on Jake Blackwood. Shields delivers. Swinging a high pop fly towards the right field line. Moving in is Bigley. Out goes Moss. Bigley is under it and makes the catch. 1 man down in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Gabe Aguilar would take the loss in the spot start. He pitched well. Really gave Rick Forney everything he was looking for. He pitched into the 4th. He kept the Goldeyes in the game, giving him 2 earned runs. Jeff Shields has been on top of his game. And he will now face Donnie Webb 1 for 2 with a double and a strikeout. Coming into this start, Shields was 0-3 in his career against the Winnipeg Goldeyes. Fastball in the eye for a strike, and the count is 0-1. Winnipeg beat him July 16th of last year. They got him for 7 runs, 4 earned, and 6 1/3. That was in Trois-Rivières. Fastball low and away, 1 strike. 2 starts later, when the Eagles came here to Shaw Park, Winnipeg got him for 4 runs, 3 earned, and 6, and won that game, July 27th. Fastball for a strike on the outside corner, 1-2. And then Shields was the de facto loser in the game that was completed last night. Suspended back on June 14th. Swinging a ground ball to the right side, moving in front, Mossy Fields throw to first just in time to get Donnie Webb. And the Goldeyes are down to their final out here in the 7th. Reggie Abercrombie, the final hope. He is 0 for 2. He is grounded to first, and he got robbed by Joey Becker in a leaping catch at shortstop in the bottom half of the 4th inning. It's 4 runs, 6 hits, and no errors for the St. Paul Saints. No runs, 5 hits, and no errors for the Goldeyes. Shields has pounded the zone all night. He hasn't walked a single batter. In fact, he's only gone to 2 3-ball counts. Harther in the 1st, and Sam Kimmel in the 3rd. Fastball on the outside corner, 0-1. 88 miles an hour in the 2-seam, where he still got good velocity late in the game. 2 outs and nobody on. The 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss, and a slider off the plate. So it's no balls and 2 strikes, and the Goldeyes are down to their final strike. Saints 4, Goldeyes 0, bottom of the 7th in the nightcap of the doubleheader. Shields winds, and the 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, got him in a fastball, and the ball game is over. Jeff Shields, though, it's a complete game, 5-hit shutout over the Winnipeg Goldeyes, and the St. Paul Saints sweep this doubleheader by scores of 5-2 and 4-0. No runs, no hits, and nobody left on base at the top of the 7th. Our final score here in game number 2. It's the St. Paul Saints 4 and the Winnipeg Goldeyes 0. Back with a Sports Select post-game show after this on Jewel 101.
Thanks for listening to Winnipeg Goldeyes Baseball. Stay tuned for comments from Goldeyes players and coaches. The Winnipeg Goldeyes Sports Select post-game show is next on Jewel 101.
I'm off to the UPS store.
We don't need anything shipped.
Well, I'm getting our office printing and brochures made up, and I need some name badges and these pages laminated for our training class tomorrow.
At the UPS store?
Yeah, they do everything.
No, really, what are you shipping?
Copy, print, ship, and more at the UPS store. With their digital and wide format printing services as well as in-house graphic design services, they've got all your business needs covered. Big or small, they do it all at the UPS store.
We all love to save. Save time, save gas, save space. And what gives you